Open your mind. Your mind. Your mind. Your mind.
Let me see the fucking. Where's he at?
Albums of power. Albums of power. Albums of power. Albums of power.
And so, a community is where you control your police, you control your commerce, you control your education, you control your house. We don't control none of that. We live in a hood. Huh? Well, what about the Negroes that get out? Oh, well, see, my cousin, they say he's a multi-millionaire, almost at $1 billion. Three PhDs, working on 2 more. Driving down the street in Chicago in his Rolls Royce, enjoying himself, and he hears these sirens and looks in the mirror and sees this cop car flashing lights. He squeezed the steering wheel, man. Heart beats fast. Because he knows the price of a Negro, what it could be. And then when that cop car passed him by, he said, thank God he wasn't after you in the first place, punk. That Negro thing you can't get away from. It's universal. They wasn't coming after you. With all your millions, with your Rolls Royce, with your PhD, didn't help. That's the hood. Why do you think you never pick up the paper until you read over and over and see white families? You think it's thousands of black cops in America. Why don't you see white families crying as black cops shot my loved one 42 times in the back of the head? Why do you think black cops are better? Think they're more spiritual? Think they're better? No! They got enough sense to know that white folks ain't gonna tolerate it. And I will stop in our neighborhood when we decide we will not tolerate it. Now, if we was organized, which is hard to organize people who are just gonna run crazy and you don't know you're crazy. But if we were, with the money we have, and the many people who would come to our aid that don't know what it's like to be a Negro, and we said, if we said, look, we saying if we don't get a federal law to deal with police brutality, that anytime a cop or anybody carry a gun, have to have a license just like you to drive a car. And if you use it wrongly, you lose your license. And if it's upheld, you can never work again as a cop or a store guard or a private detective. How do you get Congress to protect us? Well, you take the economic power and you call on your friends, black, white, young and old, and say, this coming Christmas, if we don't have a federal law to outlaw police brutality by law, if we call them for a nationwide boycott of Christmas and start on Thanksgiving. Well, let me tell you what that means. 79% of all retail in America happens between Thanksgiving and Christmas. People stay in business all year, lose money just for Christmas, huh? Well, what happens now? Fifth Avenue, Toys R Us, Sears and Roebuck, Weston House. They will get the deal, and all they got to do is make one phone call and say, Harry, that's the senator, I want that bill pushed through in 3 days. Okay, it's an economic thing. It's that simple. But we have the power, but the system has wiped us out so bad.
Albums of power. Albums of power. Albums of power.
San Antonio, Lincoln 6. Go ahead. Clear suspect down, 10-4. That's 10-4. The officer's code 4. We have one suspect that's been shot.
Open your mind. Your mind. Your mind. Your mind. And we are back. Peace, folks. And welcome back to another edition of the Proper Thought Series right here on the old T.P.O.T. YouTube page. I'm your host, X, of course, but you knew that already. That's why your black asses are here. Tonight, Brother T.V.A. is back in the house with another challenge for you Negroes. All right. But first, before we get started, Y'all know I always start the stream off with thanking you, good folks, for your likes, your shares, your subs, your views, and of course, your hard earned pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, and 50-cent pieces. Because I realize that you don't have to do it. You don't have to show up to these goddamn streams. You don't have to watch them. You don't have to like them. You don't have to sub to this damn channel. And you definitely don't have to drop your hard earned coins on this platform. But you good folks choose to do so, man. You choose to do so night after night. You're here. You're hanging here with me, good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. You good folks are here. And I want you to know, man, that I don't take you lightly. I never have, and I never will. All right? I'm appreciative. I'm humbled. I'm honored. I'm thankful. I'm grateful for the good folks who hang out there and good folks who hang out up in here. I want you to know that I thank you. All right? All right. So let's get at it without further delay. Let me bring in my folk. The one and only Brother T.V.A. What's good with it, man?
What's going on, Big Dog X? How you doing, man? I'm getting a link to you. Just give me just 1 second. I'm about to email. I'm gonna do this a couple times throughout this, if you don't mind. I'm trying to do it a little differently this time.
Okay.
Give some sources. So I'm sending a link right now. If you could play this, just so people can get familiar with what happened with the Capitol building. They may not even be aware of what happened, that whole bombing situation.
Okay. Well, if you want, you can just share it. You know, you can just share it, right? Or you want me to just play it? Like,
Yeah, I'm
you
on
can.
I'm on my phone. I'm using a
Oh,
phone and I'm
okay.
using a tablet. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm using two mobile devices, so
Okay.
I'm unable to do it myself. So give me 1 second. But thank you guys for coming in. Please like the stream. Basically, what I'm asking is simple, guys. I'm really tired of people pretending like there isn't this bias. Um, in the red pill manosphere community, we can acknowledge the bias in the family courts. We can acknowledge the bias towards women and against men in these family courts. But for some reason, no matter the amount of evidence that we put that we're shown, no matter how many reports, no matter if there's a Democrat in office or a Republican in office, we just can't seem to be able to acknowledge this white male coddling that goes on in this country. And I'm really tired of it. I'm tired of us being blind to a lot of us, especially among the so-called black conservatives, shout out, refusing to acknowledge the bias when it comes to the criminal justice system in this country, particularly when it comes to white males. You have video after video after video telling black people how we need to behave when we're pulled over, how we need to deal with law enforcement in order to avoid being abused, in order to avoid being shot in the face. Yet and still, you have video after video of white men jumping in police officers' faces, shooting at police officers and surviving, going into police stations fully armed with AR 15s and surviving, threatening police officers and surviving. And we're going to play a clip right now. Give me just a second. We'll send this to Brother Xavier. Recently, a white male went to the Capitol building and called himself threatening to set off a bomb at the Capitol building. Now, I seem to recall many people, black males in this manosphere, saying that George Floyd deserved to die because he resisted arrest. That's usually the justification for a black male being assaulted by police officers, killed by police officers. He was a threat. He was resisting arrest. He was moving around. Even though this man had three grown ass people kneeling on him, somehow he was resisting arrest enough to justify being choked to death. But meanwhile, we got white boys showing up at government buildings threatening to blow up shit. And they survive. So I'm trying to understand, how is a white man in a pickup truck threatening to blow up an entire building not a threat to police officers? Have you gotten the link, Brother X? I sent it to you.
Yeah, I got it. I'm
Okay, go
setting it
ahead
up now.
when you get a chance. Like I said, we're just trying to get people familiar with what happened. Appreciate you, Brother X. Like I said, I'm next time I'll do it on a laptop, so I'll share it on my screen, not to throw the responsibility in your lap. But again, I want to make sure people understand what's going on. I'm gonna provide some examples of what I'm talking about throughout this, because we got a lot of denial going on. Okay, here we go. I think this is about 6 or 7 minutes long. If you want to play like half of it, that's fine. I mean, just to get people familiar with what's going on. I may jump in here or there, just to clarify some things that are going on. But I just want to, this is a recent event, guys. So let's go ahead and listen into what happened.
Fair use, Negroes. Fair use. God damn it. Here we go.
Telephone down to him, but he would not use the telephone. But shortly after we had delivered the telephone, he got out of the vehicle and surrendered. And the tactical units that were close by took him into custody without incident. So I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Chief, were there any explosives in the vehicle, and do you know a motive?
We don't know if there are any explosives in the vehicle. It's still an active scene. While Mr. Roseberry has been taken into custody and has been removed from the scene, we still have to search the vehicle and render the vehicle safe, so we don't know as of yet. We do know that Mr. Roseberry has had some losses of family in his, I believe his mother recently passed away, and we spoke with members of his family, and there were other issues that he was dealing with. There'll be more on that before at a later time.
Was he a law enforcement or military background?
We're not aware, according to his family, we're not aware of any law enforcement or military background.
What about the other explosives you talked about?
I can't.
About other four explosives, you said there are other 4 bombs in this video.
Again, it's an active scene that we're trying to render safe in terms of any other explosives. That's still ongoing.
How much longer do you think that will take?
Not that we're aware of.
How much longer do you think it will take to assess the scene?
Hours. It will take hours to assess the scene.
Chief, are you tracking known figure to the Capitol?
Fair use, Negroes. Fair use.
No.
Chief, are you tracking movements before he arrived here at the scene?
All of that is part of what will be a comprehensive investigation.
Okay, we can go ahead and
right now.
We can go ahead and cut it. We can go ahead and cut it. That's basically we basically got the gist of it. Basically, we got a white guy here in front of the Capitol building, threatening to blow up shit. Very recently, just happened a few weeks ago. I think like a week ago. Yeah, this is actually a week ago.
Okay.
So he survived.
Well, I just want to let you know you have a challenger already, and we ain't even like started. You already got somebody done wrote me talk about they want to challenge you. Just to let you know.
Well, let's play. I sent you another link. Let's play that one first, and I want to play that whole one. I think that's like 4 minutes. We're gonna play that whole one, and then let them come on up. But let's because this one coming up is really fire. But yeah, that one was this recent link here that we just played. That was the most recent event that just happened. Okay, so we got George Floyd that apparently tried to use a $20 counterfeit bill, and you had monkey niggas in this manosphere justifying this brother getting his having a grown man weight on his neck for 10 goddamn minutes. You had niggas justifying this brother getting murdered for trying to use a counterfeit $20 bill. And apparently he was resisting arrest, even though he had 3 grown-ass people kneeling on him, constraining him. He deserved to die. But you had this white boy go to the Capitol building threatening to blow up shit. And he survives the situation. Now we got a lot more. I got a lot more videos. We're going to go through this. We're going to prove this. We're going to talk about this, how these white boys are coddled in American society. I'm tired of us ignoring this. Let's go ahead and play this right here. This is Tucker Carlson. We're gonna talk about. We're gonna see how America and the media talks about white males and the problem with white male violence in this country. Now y'all know how Fox News and the media talks about black men in Chicago and these inner cities. Okay, let's talk about let's see how they talk about violent white men. Go ahead, Brother X.
All right. And shout out to Brother Mike V. I see you up there, brother. What's good with it, Brother Mike V? Here we go. Fair use, Negroes. Fair use.
Well, compared to the rates in the 80s and early 90s, crime overall is down in this country, but rampage shooters are increasingly common and they're killing more people, obviously. Almost all of them are young men. The question, which for some reason very few people ask, but is the key question, is what's driving this surge in extreme antisocial violence? One man who's
Okay, hang up.
about
Can
it
you
a
pause
lot
it for just
is
one
Jordan
second?
Peterson.
Now,
He's a
have you
college
guys
professor at the
ever
University.
heard anyone in the media ask that question when as pertains to inner city violence? Do they ask the question, why are these young black men in these inner cities committing these crimes? Do they ask the question of why does this dysfunction happen in these inner cities? Well, when it comes to these white boys shooting up schools, these privileged white boys in these suburban areas, these are not poor white areas. These are upscale areas, two-parent households, financially secure, and we got white boys all over the country shooting up schools so much that we have to do a segment about this. But this is how they talk about white male dysfunction. When we talk about white males in America committing violent crime, we want to know why. We need to take the time to know why they're doing it. We need to understand their background. We need to get some context all of a sudden. But we don't do that for niggas. I just want to I just want to throw that out there. Go ahead, Brother X. I'm sorry.
All right. Fair use, Negroes. Fair use. God damn it.
Of Toronto, and he just spoke with us moments ago. Here it is. Jordan Peterson, thanks for joining us tonight.
My pleasure.
We wanted to ask you the question that we think too few are asking, which is, why is this happening? Why are young men shooting up schools?
Because they're nihilistic and desperate.
How'd they get that way?
Well, I think life can make you that way unless you have a purpose and a destiny, let's say. I mean, there's no shortage of suffering and malevolence in life, and it's easy for people to become embittered by that. And if they don't see a way out, see a way forward, they get angry about it and turn against life itself. And they make a display of their hatred for being by massacring the innocent. That's what's happening. And they write that.
They do write that. It's accelerating.
Yes.
The reserve of guns has, I mean, we've had semi-automatic rifles for 100 years, but we haven't had this number of school shootings. So the attitudes are changing, I think it's fair to say. Why
it's
are
also
more...
It's also kind of a psychological epidemic. You know, these people keep track of each other, and there's a competitive element to it. And the fact that the media insists upon publicizing the names of these shooters is not helpful, because part of what drives them is motivation for notoriety, because notoriety is better than being ignored.
So what mistakes do you think we're making as a society to produce an ever-increasing number of young men like this?
That's a good question. I think we underestimate the necessity.
So look at how it goes. Look at how it goes when it comes to these white boys. All of a sudden, we want to ask the question: how is society fueling this?
And malevolence of life, and we need to take these sorts of philosophical and even religious issues seriously, but we don't.
Do you think we're taking them less seriously than we used to?
Yes, definitely. I think that we talked in the past. We spoke much more about responsibility and responsibility in particular, but also purpose and maturity, and we valued those things highly. We didn't confuse them with tyranny and toxic masculinity, for example.
Speaking of toxic masculinity, why is it all boys?
Well, boys are more aggressive than girls, and there's a biological component to that that's quite strong. That's why the vast majority of people in prison are male. Like on average, there's not much difference in aggression between men and women. If you picked a random woman and a random man out of the population and you had to bet on who was the most aggressive, if you bet it was the woman, you'd be right 40% of the time. But if you take the 1 in 100 most aggressive people, and those would be the people in prison, they're all men, or virtually all men. It's also why males attempt suicide less frequently, but they commit it successfully much more frequently. They're much more likely to use lethal means. And there's a very powerful biological component to that, despite what the postmodern social constructionists have to say about it. But they've got their head firmly buried in the sand, so.
Yeah, no, they're resistant to the evidence and reality. We know that. So, but given that we know that boys are the ones, if there is a school shooting, who are going to be the ones committing it overwhelmingly, shouldn't we be thinking about how to raise our boys in a way that they're less likely to do this?
Fair use, Negroes. Fair use.
I mean, the book I published here, this 12 Rules for Life, is a meditation on exactly that. I've been lecturing online about the idea that responsibility is what gives life meaning, and that meaning is the antidote to the sort of nihilism and aggression and resentment that can otherwise be produced. I mean, there's no doubt that life is difficult and that people get hurt and betrayed. That's unassailable truth. You need something to offset that. And most people find that in their destiny, in their adoption of responsibility, and their willingness to make their own lives better and the lives of their families better, and to contribute to the community and to bear the burden of being nobly. And that works. But we don't think that way anymore.
You mentioned the toxic masculinity. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but I've heard the phrase a lot. What does it mean in our public conversation when someone attributes the shooting to toxic masculinity?
Well, it's an attempt to smear the idea of masculinity by confusing masculine competence with tyranny. And it's part of the underlying idea that our culture is a corrupt, tyrannical patriarchy that was run by men for the advantage of men.
When white men commit crimes,
of looking at the world,
they call it toxic masculinity.
And if that description is accepted, then it means that masculine energy, so to speak, whether it's manifested by women or by men, masculine energy does nothing but prop up the tyranny of the patriarchy, and so should not be fostered. And the only people who think that way are women whose relationships with men have been extraordinarily damaged, or men who have no idea who they are, or who are trying to shirk responsibility. The idea that masculinity in its essence is somehow toxic is an absolutely dreadful idea.
I'm glad I asked you that question. Jordan Peterson, thank you.
Fair use, Negroes, fair use.
Desktop is
fair use, God damn it.
Yeah, they call it toxic masculinity when these white boys commit crimes. When the black men are out here committing crimes, it's blamed on race. See, when black men commit crimes, they're making black men look bad. White men commit crimes, they're making men look bad. You see how that works? You see how they wanted to break it down scientifically? Let's really understand why these young white men are so angry.
Why did he
Meanwhile, Jerome, that grew up in the hood, raised by a single mother, poverty, real poverty, realer poverty than that white boy is used to, real dysfunction in his life, real reasons to have PTSD, done seen all kind of homeboys die in gang violence. But do we take the time as a society to break down why they do what they do? No. And I am not defending so-called Pookies and Ray Rays. But if we're going to sit up here and analyze these spoon-fed, silver spoon in the mouth white boys in the suburbs just going crazy, shooting up shit because they can't get any pussy, then why can't we do the same for these young brothers in these inner cities? Why is it that when these white men snap and commit crimes, violent crimes in this country, we all of a sudden want to understand the context? We want to break it down. When a police officer is dealing with a violent white man, all of a sudden he knows how to de-escalate. All of a sudden he knows how to be professional. All of a sudden he's not quick on the trigger. And again, I got plenty of videos showing all kind of patience during these traffic stops. White people talking all kind of crazy to these cops, shooting at the cops and still end up surviving the encounter. I got all kind of links for that. So whoever's about to come up, I need you to basically refute what I'm saying. Is it your argument that white men are in fact not coddled in this country? Why is it okay for Tucker Carlson to do a whole segment? That was just a clip. He's actually done several segments like this, where Tucker Carlson will do all of this whining for these white men, doing all this explaining for why white men are doing what they're doing in this country. And where's all this accountability talk when it comes to this white male violence? So when we talk about black male violence, we want to talk about accountability. And I'm with that. I support that. But where's that same talk when it comes to them? All of a sudden, when a white man goes out here and does some crazy shit, we want to talk about his childhood. Did you hear all that blaming society that went on in that clip? I heard a lot of blaming society society this, society is that, nihilism, and they don't have anything to focus on, and they don't have a purpose. And whose fucking fault is that? All these excuses when these white boys flip out. So I'm needing some help understanding. Whoever's challenging, they can come on up.
All right. Coming to the stage, the one, the only, Big J, Triple X is in the house.
Well, Kim, what's going on, X?
What's
X?
good with it, brother Big J?
I'm doing fine. Now he's the Village Arsonist says something that is very, very erroneous, and I'm gonna tell you why it's very erroneous. Oh, shout out to Jordan Peterson. Shout out to Jordan Peterson. See, I wish there was a black Jordan Peterson in the black manosphere because they would have a lot more direction. But
BGS Immore is 10 times more intelligent than Jordan Peterson.
Can I talk? Can I talk without you interrupting me? Can I do that without you interrupting me? Now,
you're basically implying we got a bunch of stupid motherfuckers in the man.
Yeah. And guess what? And BGS is BGS.
So while you getting up here riding this white man's dick, trying to imply that there are no smart black men in the manosphere, that's bullshit. But go ahead and continue.
Well, let me tell you something. The black manosphere, unlike its white counterpart, is not a political organization. They don't do no politics. They just complain about hair weaving.
What politics is Rollo Tomasi involved in?
We ain't talking about Rolly Tomasi. We talking about Honey Badger Radio. Hold on, Negro. See. Now though, I gotta go after you. It's sad though
for your white daddy. That's why you jumped up here to defend your white daddy. I just want everybody to be clear. But let's go ahead.
Are we going to have a respectful conversation? Or are we not?
I'm not lying. You got up here.
No. Answer my question. Are we going to have a respectful conversation? Or are we not?
Well, I can bring up the clock. We can go ahead and make it official. Do I need to bring up my clock?
I need him to make it clear on what we're debating first. But let him go ahead.
Okay.
Let him go ahead and finish defending white people. Go ahead and defend white people. Go ahead.
I'm breaking down your talking points. Here is the talking points. Here's the thing. You talk about white men, they don't receive no accountability. Well, I have a list right here. No, you're supposed to be a child of the 90s, right? Well, what happened in 1992? Ruby Ridge, Waco, Oklahoma City bomber, the Bundy standoff during Obama's time. Oh, take
what happened during the Bundy standoff? A bunch of white men pointing guns at police and nobody died. A bunch of white men pointing guns at police and nobody died. That's what happened at the Bundy Ranch. Continue.
Go ahead and bring the clock up.
This old mushmouth bitch ass nigga. When I'm talking, nigga, when I'm trying to have a conversation, you shut the fuck up. You bitch ass nigga.
Calm down, man.
Bitch arsonist. I'm gonna give you a
Big J, I have a simple question. Okay, I got a simple question.
I'm gonna give
Can you give me the black equivalent of the Bundy Ranch incident?
No, bitch ass nigga.
Okay, listen. Can you give me the equivalent of the Bundy Ranch incident?
And blow your stupid ass smooth the fuck out this motherfucker. Now
can you give me the black equivalent of a Waco?
Hold on.
Disrespect me, bitch.
Hold on.
You got up here just to be emotional. I don't really want to debate this dude. I don't really want to debate this dude.
Disrespect me again,
nigga. Big J, hold on, man. We gotta have a decent discourse up here, man. It can't be a bunch of yelling and screaming, man. That's not even productive. Now,
X. Now,
hold on. I'm willing to go ahead and clock it. You do your talking. He do his talking. Let's do it like that. Then we ain't got to worry about nobody getting interrupted because everybody got their own time. All right. We're going to do that. Now, first, before we do that, Is there a specific thing that you want to debate TVA on? What do you want to?
The whole the issue of white men being coddled. The argument he's talking about it never happened to
Okay.
I got the list.
Okay. You want to debate him on white men being coddled? Fine, brother TVA. Do you wish to debate him on that?
That's a wide open topic, but we can do that. I would like for him to give me some examples of a black equivalent of the Bundy Ranch incident. Can he give me the equivalent of a bunch of black men? Can he give me that? A bunch of black men standing around pointing guns at police and everybody survives?
Well, let him do that in his opening statements, in his rebuttal. All right? Okay, fine. That's what we debate. Do white men get coddled by law enforcement? You say what?
I said no.
You say no. Okay. Brother T.V.A. says yes. That would make you the negative. Therefore, you will be going first, sir. I will put 7 minutes on the clock.
Now, here, I'm ready.
Hold on. God damn it. 7 minutes on the clock. Brother Big J, you are up, sir. Pull the trigger.
All right, then. Let me say it like this. So shout out to Jordan Peterson, because I wish there was a black equivalent to Jordan Peterson, because and BJS is no damn Jordan Peterson. But let's talk about some of the things though that like the Village Arsonist refused to acknowledge on this list. Ruby Ridge happened in 1992 when the U.S. Marshals went in and killed everybody. Waco. I'm in Texas. I remember Waco, nigga. I remember that shit. Niggas, everybody got burned up. I remember that shit. Oh, the Oklahoma City bombing. What happened to old boy? Them two, three white boys that blew up the Oklahoma City bombing, the Oklahoma City Federal Building. Their ass is dead. Oh, the Bundy standoff, dude. 7 people got shot during the Bundy standoff, and you only think about it just one Bundy standoff. There have been multiple Bundy standoffs. There was one happened between the what's it called, the federal the interior apartment and people in Oregon and in Washington State and also in Nevada. That was part of the Bundy clan. You don't want to go there with that one. And here's another thing. Oh, the Unabomber. Where's the Unabomber at? Oh my goodness. He's where? Oh, he's still in state. He's still in federal penitentiary somewhere in the mountain states. So what are you talking about? People being coddled. White violence. There's been more white violence than there are of black riots. Ever since 1979, since the Harvey Milk, when Harvey Milk got killed, and the gay guy got killed in San Francisco in 1979, up until the WTO riots in Seattle, and also in Philly, and also in the Sandusky riot when Sandusky guy got sentenced to prison for being a pedo. That had to shut that town down because all them white boys was fucking shit up. What about but all that is right. But here's the thing: there was consequences to that. You don't want to talk about that. And yes, though, Kentucky, transparent is right. More Bundys was killed by the federal agents than alive. What are you talking about? Village Arsonist? What are you talking about, sir? See, the thing is, you want to do propaganda. That is one of those that is that black manosphere bullshit, Negro, black back to Africa, red ball, green ball, black ball nonsense of trying to do this overly racialize every little thing in the fucking world. That's the problem, and I'm done.
All right, brother T.V.A., do you want that 346?
No, I don't need it. I'm sending some links to you. Just a second.
Okay, let me go ahead and adjust my clock.
Who is next?
Actually, I'm sorry, X. Let me go ahead and get that since I'm sending these links. Let me go ahead and get that.
Okay. So what did I say it was? What is it? 3:46.
It's like 3
So that
minutes.
would make it.
Just 3 minutes is fine. That's fine.
Okay. Would make it 10. All right. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right. 10 minutes on the clock. Brother TVA, you are up, sir. Pull the trigger.
Okay, I just sent you 2 links. If you could, we're gonna take a look at both of those. But basically, those are 2 short videos, and I need Big J to give me the equivalent of black men getting away with shit like that. Okay, sent a video of 2 white men. They got pulled over, Dearborn, Michigan. They got pulled over by the cops. They're cursing out the cops. They're threatening the police. Blah blah blah. Then they drive to a police station. And they walk inside of the police station fully armed with AR-15s, pistols, extra rounds, all this kind of shit. And they survive the encounter. You brought up the Bunny Ranch incident. You said the Bunny Ranch incident. Okay. The specific Bunny Ranch incident was a bunch of white men pointing guns at federal law enforcement agents, threatening to shoot federal law enforcement agents, and they all fucking survived. Okay. Now you're bringing up the Oregon incident. That idiot actually got out of the car with a gun and started shooting at the FBI. So at that point, I mean, that's how far white guys have to take it in order to get killed by the cops. And I even have links of white guys shooting at the police and they survive. So even if white men shoot at the cops, they still may not die. But anyway, go ahead with that first link. I'm gonna just let's play some examples of white male privilege. Let's see how white men, because again, we tell black people, look, if you don't want to get killed by the cops, you need to do A, B, C, and D. This is all you have to do, black people. Just behave when you're dealing with law enforcement and you won't die. Now, does that same rule apply to white people, white men in particular? Let's see. Go ahead, Xavier.
Fair use, Negroes. Fair use.
That man just murdered 3 people. He just murdered 3 people, including a child.
427 Milton seems to be mentally unstable as we speak. Mill just ran into 95 and got struck. Back up. I'll deploy.
These men hadn't killed anybody.
Stop right there, man. Stop right there.
Right there, come here.
Don't move! Don't move! Stop!
Fair use, Negroes, fair use. Fair use, YouTube. God damn it.
Okay, that's good on that one. That's about the one anyway. All right, so we got.
All right.
They gave you several examples of the difference of how this is. Now, of course, this is one incident, but this happens all of the time. Video after video after video of white men being pulled over. They're cursing at the police officers. They don't get tased. They don't get shot. Fighting, swinging at the cops. They don't get tased. They don't get shot. Shooting at the cops. They don't die. They don't get killed. But I have to listen to Tucker Carlson tell me day in and day out how difficult white men have. Hold on, nigga, it's my turn still. Shut up. It's my turn still. Go ahead, Brother X, if you could play the next link, if you don't mind. This is the Dearborn Police Department incident. Again, I need Big J, when it's his turn, to give me some examples of this. Give me some examples of black men, since it's all equal. Since we're all equal in this manosphere shit, since it's all men united, right? There's no bias, right? There's no racial bias in the criminal justice system. There's no bias when it comes to law enforcement, right? So I need some examples of black men running up in police stations with guns and surviving the encounter, Big J. I need some examples of what Xavier's about to play. Again, got a video.
I never said that we all
of the Dearborn police incident. When you get a chance, no. You got your ass up here and you want to defend White Daddy, talking about
I ain't defending White Daddy. I'm just
singing the blues for White Daddy.
Hold up, it's his time.
I'm gonna refute your bullshit. Your White Daddy ain't got it as hard as you think he does.
You ready for me to play it?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Put it on the ground! Tense, frightening moments inside the Dearborn police station.
Spare use, Negro. Spare use.
Storm into the lobby. We'll start there tonight at 6. The response from police who saw heavily armed men walking into the Dearborn police station. Officers ready to protect themselves.
The stunt was all recorded on cell phones and GoPro cameras by 3 men. 2 of them were arrested.
Rod Maloney live with the story tonight. And Rod, this started over what these men believed was an illegal or inappropriate traffic stop.
Yes, it was a traffic stop. And Devin, I got to tell you, the video you're about to see is simply startling. It's frightening on pretty much every level. And the original call came in yesterday afternoon that some shoppers in Dearborn saw some men getting out of a car, putting on masks and Kevlar. They were very concerned about that. They called the police. So the police went to the store. Well, they didn't find the men, but they got a description of the car, and there was a traffic stop a few minutes later. The
Hang on, pause there for a second.
Traffic stop and posted it on YouTube. This is what it went like.
Hang on, we got a call to, thank you, sir. We got a call to dispatch, ladies and gentlemen. Call to dispatch. Multiple people calling 911 dispatch. We have 2 men that hopped out of the car, putting on Kevlar, putting on masks. They've got guns. They are armed. These boys look like they about to handle some business. This is what's on the cops' mind when they pull these guys over. They went to the location. The 2 white men were not there.
You got a minute and 30 seconds left on your time.
How much?
A minute and 30 seconds.
Okay. They had a description of the car. This is what they had on their minds when they pulled over the car. Go ahead and play the rest. I'm gonna go ahead and let the video finish up my time, and I'll continue next time.
Let me go on my way. Let me be free to go, because we've broken no laws. You know this. This is an illegal detention at this point. You better get straight, because we're done. If you wish to file a complaint, I will file a complaint.
One of the men who posted this YouTube.
You hear all that respect for cops?
Mask during that stop. The other didn't. They immediately made good on the promise to file a complaint.
We felt a little afraid for our lives when we were pulled over, so we figured we better protect ourselves.
So they walked into the Dearborn Police Department headquarters with long guns drawn around their necks and masks on, video cameras rolling, and received the greeting you might expect.
Dude, put that on the ground. Put it on the ground. I will put a round in you, sir.
Especially considering Detroit saw this kind of shootout at a precinct about 6 years ago. At this point, only the audio is available.
What the hell's the matter with you? Y'all calm down. Put it down.
So they already had guys go up in a police station before and shoot it up, and they let this happen.
Arrested the 2 men, and Lieutenant Gary Mann says on-duty officers showed considerable restraint.
I think in a lot of situations there would have been officers that would have fired at these men.
The weapon one of the men had was an AP-14, a pistol fitted with a...
That's time. That is time. But I will keep the video paused if you want to bring it back up. All right. Now we go into the rebuttal round. Let me put 5 minutes
Yes.
on the clock. Hold on, Brother Big J. Hold on. All right. 5 minutes on the clock. Brother Big J, you are up, sir. Pull the trigger.
Right. So nowhere in my comments did I say anything to the effect that I'm here for white daddy. I'm here to defend the white man, the white daddy. I'm here to bring a fair analysis to what's going on. And let's also talk about, and let's also be fair with the information. The Village Arsonist did not list down the cities when all these cases of these white dudes was doing this crazy shit. Because if you've done that, if we're gonna do this all things equal, then if something happens in let's say New Haven, Connecticut or some shit, right? Let's say I'm gonna use New Haven, Connecticut. If something happens to a white person doing something crazy in one geographical location, and he gets off, and a black person does the same thing, and he gets killed, then we can make a fair assessment of the argument. What Village Arsonist did was he took a video from Georgia. Suppose I'm just paraphrasing. I'm just making an example out of it. He's trying to compare something that happened in Georgia and try to compare to something that happened in Michigan.
Nigga, you bringing up Waco, Oregon, all that.
Hold on. Go ahead, Big J.
Cause I'm telling you right now, nigga, I start the holy fuck out your bitch ass.
Oh, come on. Stick to the debate, man. Come on.
But anyway, back to the point. The Village Arsonist does not want to sit there and equalize, put things in the proper context of the geographical location. Now, is there white supremacy and is there some fucking ass favoritism on racial standards? Yes, you're absolutely correct on that. But sit there and assume though if something happens on the East Coast, it's going to be the same happen on the West Coast is very is a dishonest argument, and he have to go right back to the drawing board with that. I'm done. Oh yeah. And finally, here's another thing. How come though earlier your boy refused to mention Ruby Ridge, Waco, Oklahoma City bombing, and a Unabomber? Why is that? And no, don't wait. I know I stuttered, nigga, but don't sit there and try. You might think I'm stupid, nigga, but don't talk to me like I'm fucking dumb. Answer the questions that I ask you. What about Ruby Ridge, Waco, or Oklahoma City? Do I have to do this one more again for you? Oklahoma City, Ruby Ridge. People got killed in Waco. People got killed in Ruby Ridge. Now explain those two things then, Village. And don't sit there, man, and try to talk your way around. Just talk about what I'm talking about. Go ahead.
Are you done? Brother T.V.A., do you want that minute and 46 seconds?
Yes, sir. I need all that time. Give me all that time to get whip his ass. Give me all that time.
All right. 6:46 on the clock. You are up, sir. Pull the trigger.
Okay, let's go ahead. First off, let's go ahead and finish out that video because I want people to get the context of that video. Please like the stream, guys. Support the stream. Again, first off, Big J's talking about, apparently, ladies and gentlemen, geographic location has to do with constitutional rights. Apparently, your constitutional rights when dealing with law enforcement, it differs depending on where you are in the country, apparently. Apparently, if you're on the East Coast and on the West Coast, your constitutional rights, it depends on geographical location. That's basically what I got from Big J, which is not fact. Okay, that's his fucking fantasy land. That's not fact. your
I never said that.
constitutional
I
rights
never
as
said that,
American
nigga.
citizens.
I never
they're
said
also-
that.
Okay, you said geographical location was relevant, sir, and it's not.
I said Negro. I said
Well,
this.
hold up. Save it
No,
for
no,
the next
let-
rebuttal round. This is
Hold
his
on.
time now. It's his time. Hold
Okay,
it
well,
for the
this
next
is
rebuttal round.
Xavier's show, so let him,
His
but yeah,
time.
that's, I mean, you said geography, you said geographic location was relevant. That's what you said. I mean, in
What I
between all the
said,
stuttering
what I
and shit.
said,
But
though,
go
what I
ahead and
said.
go ahead, brother X.
Look, we're gonna run the video. It's his time, brother Big J. You get your
I
opportunity.
mean, you had your time to make your argument. You didn't say shit, so don't try it now. You know, you had your time, and you did a whole bunch of bullshit and dancing and fucking around. But you had your time. Go ahead.
.62 caliber round, which is similar to what an AK.
Fair use, Negroes. Fair use.
Now, these men are advocates of open carry laws, but there's also an organization called Open Carry Michigan. They called the police department, the Dearborn police chief, and told him that they in no way are associated with these guys, do not condone what they did, and in fact, they think that what they did was very dangerous and not very smart. Back to you.
So Rod, they took them into custody there. What about charges now?
Okay, right now we're talking misdemeanor charges of having the weapons in the building. There's talk about
Misdemeanor.
whether there's an ordinance about having a mask on your face. That's something that they're looking at right now. But they're also talking to prosecutors about other charges, because when they took the guns away from the men, there were well over 100 rounds of ammunition, a handgun, and another long gun in addition to that AP-14. So this is far from over.
And did you get a chance to talk to them, Rod?
Well, I got the phone number of the guy who posted the video, and I reached out to him. He texted me back and said he has nothing to say at this point.
All right, what a story. Rod Maloney reporting live from Dearborn.
Shout out to Mike V. But when Philando Castile reached for a motherfucking wallet that he was told to reach for after telling the officer that he was a licensed gun-carrying American citizen, and he was shot to death. That's what happened to Brother Philando. I just sent one more link, brother. If you could play that one, that's some fire. Let's look at the difference. Because again, you had niggas, George Floyd, he deserved it. They didn't fuck that nigga. Eric Garner, apparently he was a threat to the police, so he deserved to die. Okay, cool. Mike Brown was a threat to the police running away. He deserved to die. You had white construction workers. Niggas want to forget about that video of those white construction workers that saw what happened with Mike Brown and admitted that he had his hands up. That's what they said when they were recording it. And they said right there on the scene during the recording, he had his hands up. What the fuck, man? He had his hands up. Those were those white construction workers saying that they saw what happened. But niggas want to play games. Go ahead, Brother X.
All right. Fair use, Negroes. Fair.
This guy survived this, by the way. He survived this. He survived this shit.
Up there my ass, I'll kill your motherfucking ass.
Yes, sir.
I ain't tired of your goddamn bull.
Yes, sir.
Where'd you got it? What difference does that make? No, you know. Well, just so you know, you're under arrest. Okay. Yes.
These brothers were riding dirt bikes. He pulls out a gun, threatens them. They call the police. This is what happens when the police get there.
Oh, goddamn.
Puts the gun down and says, I'm done, I'm done. And he's arrested after killing 2 officers injuring multiple officers. Big ass gunfight. You saw the shit. He drops the gun, puts up his hands. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. George Floyd deserved to die, though. Mike Brown deserved to die, though. And these white boys have it so hard here in America, right? Our experiences are so similar, right? We have the same struggles in this country, right? White men are so oppressed in America, right? They don't get an inch in America, right? I mean, the white men just can't make a single mistake, man. They got to walk on eggshells, right? No, they get to have whole gunfights with cops, killing 2 of them, and they get taken in alive. But your black ass deserves to die for mouthing off and talking shit during a traffic stop. Okie dokie.
All right. Brother Big J.
Again.
Hold on. 5 minutes on the clock. You are up, sir. Pull the trigger.
Well, again, your boy did not answer the question that was asked. This is mighty disingenuous when you never answer the question. But anyway, here let me talk about this. So you mentioned Mr. Castile, who was killed in what city? What city was Orlando Castile killed in, sir? No, I'm waiting for the Village Arsonist to go ahead and answer the question.
Well, this is your time, so
was he killed in Minneapolis, if I'm not mistaken? So why use a case in Minneapolis to talk about something happening in Dearborn?
I don't know where Minneapolis is, sir. I've never heard of that place.
Shut the well, like you didn't answer. You didn't answer my question, so therefore, though, I go solo because you too damn chicken shit to do
Where
it.
the
But
fuck is Minneapolis?
Anyway, I'll say it like this. See, the thing is, though, if something happened in Minneapolis or the Twin Cities, and you're trying to equate that to something that happened in Michigan, that's not the same geographical location. So it is an unfair assessment to use the white supremacy card on and trying to equalize those two stories. You shine bone. Now the thing is, if we're gonna talk about the judge in Texas, in Fort Worth, Texas, who called when you had this white dude who ran over a whole bunch of people, and she let him off because he's rich, so he deserved to be caught up. When a black dude, a black kid the same age, she let him have the worst of it because he was black and came he came from a single parent family and poverty and he's black and all that. Now this is when we can sit here and call it white supremacy. You, on the other hand, you want to take what happened in one city and try to compare it to what happened in another city rather than talk about if it happened in one city or one geographical location. Location matters, Negroes. Location and location. So you can miss me with that. But anyway, back to the point. You also keep on avoiding my questions. Ruby Ridge, Waco. How come you're not talking about those, sir? Why you keep glossing over that? I'll wait. I'm done.
All right. This is going to be our final circle of the rebuttal round. Brother T.V.A, do you want this 2 minutes and 10 seconds?
Yes, sir. I'll take it.
All right. 7:10 on the clock. You are up, sir. Pull the trigger.
Okay. I need Big J to, when he gets a chance to speak, I need him to make up his mind, because we originally started talking about an incident that happened in Washington, D.C. He gets up here talking about Waco and Ruby Ridge and Oregon. So he will bring up different locations to make his point, but when I do the same, he wants to cry foul. oh, well, we're talking about this place, but you're bringing up this place. Okay, well, motherfucker, we started talking about a white boy in a pickup truck sitting outside of the Capitol in D.C. threatening to blow up some shit. And you came up here bringing up Waco and Ruby Ridge and Oregon. So, I mean, make your mind up. You're all over the place, dude. You're not bringing any real arguments. You're not bringing anything to refute what I'm saying. I'm bringing point after point after point. I'm proving my case. White males are coddled in this society. There is a serious bias in regards to how law enforcement deals with white males as opposed to how they deal with black males. This is reality, okay? And we need to acknowledge this. And I also needed to acknowledge all of this whining from white guys about how hard they have it in this society, how they're being silenced. I just sent Brother Xavier a link. Joe Rogan recently whining about how white men are being censored and silenced. But hang on a second. Who were the main ones calling for Colin Kaepernick to be silenced and blackballed out of the NFL? Who were the main ones burning their fucking sneakers about black athletes taking a knee? Who were the main ones? White boys. So wait a minute. White men are so silenced and oppressed. White boys get to do all this crying and foot stomping and whining, and then you got bitch ass coons crying for them. White men have it hard. White men, yeah, I agree, man. White men are being censored and silenced, but those same white boys that your black Steven from Django looking ass is crying for, you bitch ass nigga. That same white boy supports your black ass being censored. Let your black ass try to talk about your black male experiences in this country. That same white boy that you got your pom-poms out for, crying for his right to say what he wants to say, wants to shut you up. Well, wait a minute. That doesn't fucking sound right to me. Sounds like bullshit to me. How these same white boys running around talking about SJWs and cancel culture and shit. Well, cancel your black ass in a heartbeat if you try to talk about what you go through. Try to talk about how affirmative action actually helps white people more than anybody else. Let's think about it for a second. Who has affirmative action help more than any other group in this country? White females. The majority of white females end up marrying who? White males, which means the money, the financial benefit that white women have gotten over the decades from affirmative action programs have directly benefited white families in America. Affirmative action has literally enriched white America. We don't want to talk about that though. And I'll destroy any of you niggas that wants to argue that with data. Fuck with me. I'm a real black conservative, but I don't go for the bullshit. Don't come up here talking about how black people are the ones getting over by affirmative action. What? Look at all these unqualified white women in all these positions. Shout out to Hillary Clinton. Shout out to Ivanka Trump. I'm just saying. These are facts. We don't want to talk about how white America has actually benefited more from welfare than any other group in this country. We don't want to talk about that GI Bill, free land grants back in the goddamn days. All kinds of shit. Billions of dollars that Donald Trump just gave all these white farmers while black farmers were left out. Oh, we don't want to talk about that though. But Obama gets called the welfare president, and I'm not an Obama fan, by the way, by any stretch of the imagination. But I call out bullshit. How the fuck is he the welfare president, but Donald Trump gives these white boy farmers billions of fucking dollars? Wait a minute, so these white boy farmers voted for Trump, he starts a trade war with China, fucks up their business, and they get welfare for it. They get taxpayer handouts for it. But we're crazy if we want to talk about reparations. Meanwhile, you got white people claiming to be Native American in places like Alabama. They've been doing this for decades. claiming to be Native Americans, and they've been getting millions of dollars. Shh, quiet. A lot of white people around America claiming to be Native Americans have been getting handouts by the billions for decades. Fuck with me. I will destroy any of you niggas that wants to argue that. But you want to call out Shaniqua for getting her little $200 a month in food stamps, and want to sit with these cracker conservatives talking about how black people getting all these handouts and black people handouts. And again, I'm not pro welfare at all, but call out all of the motherfucking welfare, bro. Why don't you call out these oil corporation subsidies? The billions of dollars in subsidies these oil corporations get, again, from taxpayers, from black people like you, black American citizens. Yep. So while you're sitting with these white conservatives, hee ha ha, and about reparations, which I don't agree with, as far as just sending checks to motherfuckers. No, I don't agree with that. But hang on a second. If we're going to laugh about reparations, if we're going to call out welfare, then let's call out all of the welfare. Why are black American citizens good enough to pay subsidies to oil corporations? We're good enough to pay for these land grants given to these Native Americans that aren't actually Native Americans. These are white people. We're good enough to pay for all this money you send to Israel, but we can't talk about reparations, though. That's crazy. Anyway, that's kind of off topic, but I had to go off topic because this nigga Big J isn't really not much of a challenge. Okay, I can't hear anything. Is there something going on? Or?
Brother Big J? Oh, damn, my mic was off. Y'all didn't hear none of that, huh?
No, we didn't hear nothing. I'm like, what's going on?
I was like to hop down in the whole nine. Okay, what I said was, we are about to enter rapid fire. As you know, there is no mediator. There is no clock. It's mano y mano. We left off with brother T.V.A. So, brother Big J, you are up, sir. Pull the trigger. This is rapid fire.
I'm sorry, Village Arsonist, because you the one who brought up you the one who brought up location, because though you was the one that sit there and was talking about you was the one who talking about white boys was getting off with shit. That's my premise.
Right. What does that have to do with the location?
No. Allow me to finish, nigga. You was the one who sit there and made the statement at the beginning of this live stream. You say white people was getting away with shit, and that's why I draw my list.
What the fuck does that have to do with location?
Hold on, Sean Bone, because I'm tell you something, Negro. How come you never even mentioned? Because that's the reason why I jump on here. That's what the premise of your argument was. White boys was getting away with shit. That was the premise of the argument.
What fuck does that have to do with geographic location, sir?
No, allow me to finish, nigga. See, the problem with you, nigga, you never was
the same stupid shit over and over again.
Hold on, you never was taught to listen, nigga. That's your motherfucking problem.
Go ahead.
See, no, scratch that. There's something wrong.
What does location have to do with how you're treated by law enforcement?
With your upbringing. Something wrong with your upbringing. Because the thing is, Negro, if you really want people, you want some respect, this motherfucker, you're gonna have to have a conversation. And then when the team,
cool. Answer my question. What does location have to do with how you're treated by law enforcement? How is that relevant?
No. I'm looking at the variable. That like you saying it's happened all over the place. When you're trying to justify of this thing called white supremacy, but then though, I'm trying to get you to understand: does this happen in the same place where these black people get shot, or does this happen, or is white people getting off in the same area where black people getting or not getting away with? That's all I
happens all over America.
No. Okay, if something happens, so how are you going to judge something in Michigan versus something that happened in Wisconsin.
What the fuck does that have to do with
No,
how
it
you're
do. It
treated
has
by law
everything to
enforcement,
do.
dude?
You can't sit there and say if you're talking about local police, is it about local police, sir? Answer the question. Is it about local police?
Big J. Big J.
Answer the goddamn question. Is it about local police or is it about the goddamn worldwide, nigga? Answer the
All
question.
law enforcement are supposed to treat you constitutionally.
Right.
They're all supposed to respect your constitutional rights, dude.
There's a thing
All
called
law
jurisdiction.
enforcement are
There's
supposed
a
to
thing called
respect your
jurisdiction, nigga.
constitutional
There's a
rights.
thing called jurisdiction. So you can't judge a police officer.
The U.S. Constitution has jurisdiction over the entire country.
You cannot judge a police officer.
The United States Constitution has jurisdiction nationally.
From Miami to one in Seattle. You can't do that.
Question for you. Does that police officer in Miami have any less obligation to respect your rights under the Constitution?
They should be treated the same, though.
Right. Okay. So then location is fucking irrelevant, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for making my fucking point. Now that we have established that location is fucking irrelevant, why are you bringing it up?
There are certain. Have you ever been in police training, sir? Have you been in police training before?
No.
Well, guess what? You shine bone. I mean, I'm gonna teach you something, Negro.
Are they trained to treat suspects differently based on race? Are they trained to treat suspects differently based on race?
Police academy, they will tell you it's different if you went to police academy in Texas versus the one up there in New York.
Sir, this is about race. Are they trained to treat you differently based on race?
Have you ever went to police academy, sir?
No, I haven't.
I have, nigga. I have, nigga.
Were you trained to treat people differently based on race?
No, I don't. But guess what?
Okay. So then explain the bias. Can you explain the bias? You can't blame training then. So then why is there bias? Can you explain the bias and how white men are treated versus black men? Why is it that white boys are getting to walk into police departments with AR-15s and they survive, but George Floyd deserved to die for asking a question?
Who said George Floyd deserved to die? I never said that, Negro.
Okay, well, that's the topic.
No, the topic was you said
that's part of the topic.
The topic was you said white people don't get killed, and I gave you a list of whole cases of white people.
That's not what I said. I never said that.
Yes, you did.
That's not what I said. I said white males are coddled in this country.
Into this conversation, 8 minutes into this live stream, you said that. That's the reason why I jumped on it.
That's not what I said.
8 minutes
I never said that.
In your statement, you said that. Don't still lie about me, nigga. You said it.
Can you give me any instances of black men walking into police stations with guns and surviving? You at least give me something like that.
Nah, you know why? I can't because white people Negroes don't.
Can you answer that? Okay. Why are white men like Joe Rogan? Why are white men like Joe Rogan whining about white men being censored? White men control every institution in this country. So if white men are being censored in America, who's doing it?
White men are losing power. Do you understand that?
To who?
The population of white men is dropping, Negro.
Who they're losing power? No. We're not talking about the population. We're talking about the elite. We're talking about the people running shit. I'm not talking about Farmer John in the trailer park that's not having kids.
Well, Joe Rogan is not somebody in upper echelons of white supremacy.
Oh really?
No, he's not.
Okay.
If we can go by that logic.
Really? Okay.
If we can go by that logic, it does not, Negro.
Okay. All right. I mean, he's got hundreds of millions of dollars.
But still, why did you avoid? Why did the fuck did you avoid Ruby Ridge and Waco for?
What does that have to do with what happened at the
answer
Capitol?
no. It has everything.
What does that have
to
to do with
you
what
said
does that have to do with what happened at the Capitol?
Because in the first 15 minutes of this live stream, you said white people don't
You
get
brought
killed.
up the but. No, I didn't say that. I never said that. So you
yes,
keep
you
repeating that. I
did.
never said that.
Yes, you did.
No one died at the
Yes,
Bundy
you
Ranch.
did.
Why didn't anyone die at the Bundy Ranch?
Yes,
Why
you
didn't
did.
anyone die at the Bundy Ranch?
Yes,
You had
you
a bunch
did.
of white men
No,
pointing guns at
yes,
law
you
enforcement.
did. Admit that shit because you
You
said
had a bunch of white men pointing guns at law
I'm not
enforcement.
saying
Why
it
didn't
to be
anyone
saying
die
it.
at the Bundy Ranch?
I'm not saying it to be saying it. Yes, though. Some people did got killed off the
No.
Bundy
I keep saying
standoff.
Bundy. Did I say Bundy Ranch? Bundy Ranch. I'm sorry.
The Bundy standoff was not just one standoff, Negro. There was multiple standoffs. It spanned over months. It wasn't just one time when Obama was
right, and no one died. No one died at the Bundy Ranch standoff. No one died there.
Yes,
I know what I'm talking about. No one died. So, like I said, bottom line is, white men are coddled in this society. They are allowed to do things that no other group is allowed to do, like January 6th. Like January 6th. Big J. What would have happened if it would have been a bunch of black men invading the Capitol on January 6th? What would have happened? If it would have been a bunch of black men invading the Capitol on January 6th with guns, what would have happened? If it would have been a bunch of black men invading the Capitol on January 6th, what would have happened?
We ain't talking about the Capitol, nigga.
I am. What would have happened if it would have been a bunch of black men invading the Capitol on January 6th like that? Beating up police officers, killing cops, taking sensitive documents, destroying property. What would have happened that day if it would have been a bunch of black men doing that shit?
I already answered your question. I already answered your question, Negro.
Okay, answer it again. What would have happened?
There would have been a lot of Negroes would be turned to cord to wood. They'd be carried out like cord to wood.
There we go. Okay, so why?
Because though we know about the history of this country.
Why? Okay, why the difference? Why the difference? So you acknowledge that there would have been different treatment.
No, Sean Bone, I ain't gonna allow you to overtalk me.
You just acknowledged that there would have been different treatment.
You came in here starting the shit with me.
You acknowledged that there would have been different treatment, sir.
with me. When I ask you a question, you want to go out there, want to overtalk me.
You keep making my point. You keep agreeing with my point, bro. Listen, man. He doesn't need your help. The white man doesn't need your help, bro.
I'm not helping the white man.
Help, man. Hey, Big J, I need you to put the same energy into defending black men, though. Can you do that for me?
Defending black men? Wait, Negro.
Can you put this same energy into defending your own?
Hold on.
Because you put up a valiant effort. You lost. But you put up a valiant effort, bro. But I need you to put the same energy into defending black men one day. I've never heard you, bro. I have never heard you put this much energy, put the same energy into defending another brother.
The premise of your argument, you Jiminy Cricket, Sean Bone Negro.
Big J, you don't have shit for my argument.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to help. I'm trying to look, man. Listen. I need you to put this same energy into defending another brother one day, bro. That's all I need for you, man. I need that, bro. I need that. Because this is sad, man.
I'm gonna defend you when you niggas never defend me. Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna say something too. Wow, and I'm glad though you just said that, right? I'm glad that you said that. Say that again.
Is a sunbone?
No, say that again. Say that again.
And where the hell is Minneapolis?
Say that again.
Wait, you asked me where Philando Castile died.
We ain't talking about
Minneapolis
now. We want to talk about what you say. You said, man, when last time Big J has ever defended another brother? Negroes. You got 4 white women from the white manager freeing black men out of jail. You niggas from the black manager never have. You niggas never had another black man from Master 2.0.
What white women are you talking about? Look at all. I'm talking. He's going hard. He's going hard for white people. He's going hard for white people, man. Which white women are you talking about?
You Negroes for the black man is
Which white women are you talking about?
Never helped out, never freed a black man out of jail. But yet 4 white bitches have?
What does that have to do with how white men are coddled,
your
sir?
job.
I don't know
That
what
should
that
be
has
your
to do
job.
with how white men are
That should
coddled.
be your job.
I don't know what that has to do
should
with
be your
anything.
job. How the fuck Diana Davidson, how the fuck that goddamn Karen Strong, how the fuck did Honey Badger Radio get free black men
You
out
about
of
to get
jail?
kicked out
And
your
yet,
little
you
apartment.
black Negroes
You're about to
from
get kicked out of your
SYSBN,
apartment,
you
sir.
black Negroes from goddamn
Your neighbors are going to start complaining.
free not one black
Your
man
neighbors are going to start complaining. He's foaming at the mouth. Don't let that camera turn on by mistake.
And prop up.
Don't let that camera turn on by mistake. Put the gun down, Jay. Put the gun down, Jay.
You niggas sit there and prop up oh boy out of hardcore Tito. You niggas have propped them niggas up. But though, when it comes to help other black men out,
I don't know what that has to do with anything.
Minister has never.
I don't know what that has, but I'm gonna let you get it off your chest, man.
Help out another black man out.
You've been holding this in for a while, bro.
Sit there and come at me.
Go ahead and get it out, man.
Shut the fuck up on
that shit. Go ahead and get it out, man. Because you ain't putting up any arguments against what I said. So I don't.
I tell you,
all this talking you doing, and you ain't talking about shit that I was talking about. None of this shit has anything to do with the topic, Jay. None of this shit has to do with the topic, bro.
Your damn question.
Man, you going all over. You talking about hardcore Tito and all, bro. You've been holding this in for a while, Jay. But bottom line is, you got George Floyd trying to use it. Listen, Big J, calm down.
Answer the question.
Calm down. Jay,
how come you black master niggas never help out a black man out?
We need to pull some money together and get this man a trip to the Dominican Republic or something, man. We need to get him on a beach somewhere with some big booty bitches somewhere.
How the fuck
this man needs some love in his life, man?
A black man legally.
You need some love in your life, Jay. You need a woman in your life, bro. But you too tense, man. Why are you so angry, dog?
Answer the question, dude.
What question, Jay? You doing all this screaming? Are you calm now? You good? Can we have a debate, sir? Calm down.
Sean Bone.
Ask your question again. What's your question?
You sit there and say, you fucking Sean Bone, that I go against other black men. Well, Negro, you as a member of the black manosphere never freed no black man out of shit. That's my problem. How the fuck you gonna come to me with some bullshit when you Negroes never have?
Yeah, I don't know what that has to do with the topic, Jay. I don't know what that has to do with the topic, Jay. Do you have anything to say about white men being coddled in America?
Explain it.
Do you have anything to say about the debate topic?
Explain it, Sean Bone.
Do you have anything to say about the debate topic, Jay?
Explain it, Sean Bone.
I would like to talk about the debate topic. I would like to discuss the debate topic, motherfucker. And I'm not going to keep allowing you to keep fucking derailing me, dude. All right? I don't know what the fuck you got up here for. I'm here to debate the goddamn topic. All right? The motherfucking topic is white men being coddled. All right? Now, I presented my evidence. I gave case after case. Okay? Can you give any instances of black men being allowed to do the same? Can you give any instances of black men being allowed to go in police departments armed and survive? Can you give any instances of black men being allowed to get in full-scale gunfights with assault rifles with cops, kill two of them, and still be taken in alive, sir? Can you give me any instances of this?
When the last time, Big J,
can you give me any instances of black men being allowed to do what I showed in those videos, Big J?
No, you got
okay, right. You can't give me any instances of black men walking into police departments armed and surviving. You can't give me any instances of black men getting into shootouts with cops, killing 2 and 3 of them and surviving and being taken in alive. You can't show me any instances of that shit.
I told you.
You can't.
I already told
you. Can't. All right. So let's admit that the bias happened. Are you denying that there's no bias? Are you denying any racial bias in law enforcement?
Where have I said that at, nigga?
Okay, so you agree with it? You agree with it?
Nigga? There's always
okay, so then why the fuck did you get up here, Jay? Why did you get up here, Jay?
I said that 30 minutes ago.
Why
nigga.
the fuck did you get up here then, Jay?
Because though you said something that
For
was
attention,
stupid. That's why.
clout chasing. That's
No,
why, nigga. You want to be
said something
heard.
that was stupid.
That's why, nigga. You didn't
white
really
men
get up here
don't
to
get
debate the
killed.
goddamn topic.
You said white men don't get killed.
That's not what the fuck I said.
Yes, you did say that
Okay,
shit. That's
you're gonna
why
keep
I
saying that
here.
I didn't. People
You
can.
said white
Okay, people
men
can
don't get
rewatch
killed.
it and judge for themselves.
And
Continue.
I got a whole list.
I didn't say that though.
Men getting killed.
I didn't say that. I never
Yes,
said
you
that.
did. That's why.
fuck I
That's why I
did.
came on here, because you said something stupid.
That's not why you came on here. I never said that. So that's
Yes,
not why you
did,
came
nigga.
on here, dude.
I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm going to download this video, and we're going to screen, and we're going to timestamp when you said that bullshit. See, you lied, dude. You said it. When Jordan Peterson was talking to goddamn Tucker Carlson, you said it. When you playing that when you playing that video, you was over talking your
that white men
self.
never get killed by cops. I said that.
Yes, you did. Yes, and that's why
I would never say some stupid shit like that because it's not true.
That's why I said Ruby Ridge and Waco, because
I
that
never
came out
said
your
that.
mouth.
I never said
yes,
that.
you did. Yes, you did.
Nigga, why are you going all the way back to Waco to talk about a white dude getting killed by
cops? I'm
cops?
getting up in your ass right now because you the one who said that shit.
Okay, chill out with the, all right. I never said that.
Yes,
so
you did.
Let's move on. Okay, look, let's move on because I never said that. So, can you give me any instances of black men being allowed to do what I showed in those videos, though?
I already answered that question to you, but you were so fucking busy.
Right. Okay. So then, can we admit that the bias is there? Because we know for a fact that there are certain things. There are certain things that white men get away with in this country. That if it were black men, they would not have gotten away with. You just admitted that. You just said that about January 6th. You just admitted that about what happened on January 6th. Okay. So you made my point again. You agree with me again that there are certain things that white boys do in America that if it were any other fucking group, especially black men, they would have died. So you, sir, have lost. Okay, you lost. So we're just wasting time at this point. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and get off the rest of your whatever anger is on your chest. I'm gonna let you go ahead and get it out, man.
No,
I'm gonna let you go ahead and get it out.
No, because here is another thing.
Go ahead and get it out, bro.
Get on panels. You like to get on panels and talk shit, and then they'll change the subject in the middle of the fucking live stream. You do that bullshit all the goddamn time, nigga. See,
you just admitted. Okay, you just admitted. You are the white boys get away with certain shit in this country that we would not be allowed to get away with.
You are the son of the manosphere. Fuck you on that shit. Okay. All right. Since man, you are the fan of the manosphere. Fuck you on that shit. Okay. Because you niggas have not helped that one.
Okay, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Okay, you want to talk? You keep bringing up the manosphere, so you clearly want to talk about the manosphere. What is your beef with the manosphere, Jay? What's your beef with the manosphere, Jay?
Huh?
What's your beef with the manosphere, bro? You clearly want to talk about that.
Every goddamn thing.
Okay, give me some examples.
It should be. I'm gonna tell you something. The manosphere should be a political organization like it should be when 1.0 started. We want to go there. Let me talk about another guy.
Well, listen. Instead of doing a whole bunch of hating, why don't you network? Whoa. Instead of hating from the outside, why don't you network and try to do that, bro?
Donald Trump got himself elected. You Negroes got on YouTube and talk about, yeah, man, them cuts are coming.
Not everybody, bro. That's a lie because you have people in the manosphere that are right and left, bro. You have conservatives and you have liberals in the manosphere, bro. So that's a lie.
Right?
You have conservatives and liberals in the manosphere, bro. So that's a lie.
Was supporting BJ's Osimian's point when he said that bullshit.
That's one guy. That's one man. That's one man's opinion.
No. That's y'all's leader. See.
So Obsidian represents everybody in the manosphere.
I judge the leader by his group.
So he represents everybody in the manosphere, right?
You damn right.
Okay. Who said that? Who'd you get that from? Who decided that?
Y'all decided that shit.
Who? Y'all? Who said that? Who?
Y'all sit up there talking about.
Who is y'all? Who the fuck has ever said that, bro?
The black woman, the black women of the world is going to sit there.
Who has ever said that Obsidian represents everybody in the manosphere? Who has ever said that, bro? And I'm not disrespecting that brother at all. He's very salute to that brother's book. Hey, please go support it. I've purchased it. I'm in the process of reading it myself. Great book so far, but please support it. Hey, I have my disagreements with Brother Obsidian, but hey, do your thing. But who's ever said he represents all of the manosphere? Who's ever said that, bro?
The voice of the everyday brother.
The voice of the so that means he's the voice of everyone in the manosphere. Because
the way, man.
That's a saying. That's a catchphrase, nigga. That's marketing.
The way you sound like one of the everyday brothers.
Brother, that's a catchphrase. That's a catchphrase.
Everyday brothers, right?
It's marketing. That's his media network. It's a catchphrase, brother. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm talking about him. I'm talking about you.
Who's ever said? Okay, again, I'm asking.
You sit there and you sit there.
I'm asking because you act like the manosphere is some monolith.
I'm asking you something. How come in the fuck though, man? You sit there talking about you like to pull up on these coons. How come you never pulled up on Tommy? How come you never pulled up on Dave?
I'm gonna address that and be done with it. I have the emails and Tommy knows it. He told me where to go. He said he was in Atlanta. He's the one that said I'll meet you. He's the one that said that. He's the one that said he would come call me that bullshit to my face. I sent him a fucking address like he told me to, and I went to that fucking location. I have all the emails and receipts. The nigga did not show up. His ass was not even in Georgia that night, bro. He was full of shit. Okay, I'm done talking about that. You've lost, sir. Let's move on.
Oh man, look. Oh, I'm here to win, Nick. I'm here just to come at you, nigga. Because I'm petty, nigga.
Right. That is going to end rapid fire. I'm gonna run a couple commercials to kind of calm this down a little bit. You should get a special kick out of this one that I run, brother Big J. I will see you good folks on the other side of the break.
Open your mind. Hey guys, T.P.O.T. on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. But you knew that already. Peace, folks. This is Teacher Tanisha. You're listening to the T.P.O.T. Media YouTube page. You know, now back to the show. You know.
All right. Now we come to the closing statements. We began with Brother Big J. So that means closing statements will start with Brother T.V.A. 7 minutes on the clock. Brother T.V.A., you are up, sir. Pull the trigger. Closing statement.
Did I send you any other links, or did we already?
Hold on. Let me stop the clock. Hold on.
I think I sent like 2 more short videos.
Why you wanna play them during your closing?
Yeah. But go ahead now. While you look for them, I'll go ahead and or if you want to pause or whatever like that. I'm sorry. I should have mentioned that while you were. I should have put it in chat that I sent them to you. I'm sorry about that.
All right. Get this out of here.
Yeah, I sent one about Joe Rogan. I sent a couple about Joe Rogan. Please hit the like button, y'all. Thank you for supporting the stream, man. Shout out to SKC, man. I'm gonna reach out to you real soon, dude. Please don't think I'm wasting your time, man. I'm just running all over the place, man. I did like 4,500 miles last week, bro. Going back and forth between California and Georgia. Got a really good run going between California and Georgia, man. So I was running hard.
Hold on, my shit's freezing up. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
It's freezing up for some reason back here. I don't know what the hell's going on. We are experiencing technical difficulties, folks.
Hey, man, it happens, bro.
Please stand by. Please stand by. Please stand by. Oh, I appreciate that, Brother Charles Merchant. Brother Charles says, salute to T.P.O.T for standing on your square in the midst of a lot of criticism. Yeah, man, I don't give a fuck what people say about me, man. They don't pay my lights. They don't pay my internet. They don't buy my computers. They don't feed my dog. They don't take care of my wife. They don't take care of these 3 boys I got living here. See, people don't do any of that. So, the shit they say is fucking irrelevant. They don't own YouTube. And most importantly, they don't fucking own me.
What criticism? What are they?
I don't, whatever criticism it is, I don't even know. But I say again, they don't own YouTube and they don't own me. And Negroes done figured that out. Because I don't tell other people what to say on their shit. They ain't going to tell me what to say on mine. And I don't know why the hell. I mean, this shit just straight up froze for no reason. Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, shout out to G Dizzle, man. I see the haters back. What's going on, G Dizzle, man? Hey, man, I see you popped up to do your usual hating, but I'm not hating on you, man. I salute what you were talking about doing. Apparently G Dizzle's talking about possibly starting a GoFundMe or something for like an IT school for kids or something in this area or something like that. I encourage the brother to definitely look into doing that. I think a lot of brothers in the manosphere will get behind something like that. And I think Keep It Techie with his connections to like Kwame Brown, I believe you could actually get that accomplished, man. I think if you link up with a brother like that, reach out to somebody like Kwame, I think you could actually accomplish something like that.
Gotta finagle some shit, y'all. See what the hell is going on here.
It's the white man. That's all it is. It's the white man, bro. Trying to keep us down.
I might have to drop.
What's up, brother Charles Merchant? How you doing, man? No, I'm not running dope, G Dizzle, man. Hey, man, if it were legal, you know what I'm saying? The only thing keeping me from doing that is prison, bro. That's the only thing, man. I would bring Mexicans over here by the busload if it were legal, bro. I don't give a shit. Whatever. Of course, certain things I wouldn't do for money, but running drugs, I wouldn't care. People gonna do drugs anyway, but the prison, I can't do the prison time, bro. Can't do the prison time. Chicago, home of the crate challenge. What's up, Nicer? How you doing? It's good to see you. I still hope you don't take it personally what happened. I think you did a good job during the roast. I think you did a good job. You seemed a little sleepy, and that's okay. That's all right. You jumped your ass up here. when a lot of motherfuckers didn't have the balls to do so, and I respect that. We know what I'm a pro-whack. Okay, well, hey, man, if you say so. But I'm not understanding how you're a black person laughing at the concept of being pro-black. Like, I mean, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, how are you anti yourself?
That's not what he
That
said.
doesn't make sense.
That's
Okay,
not what
well
he
then
meant.
I don't understand. What's wrong with? Listen, I understand pro-black in a sense of Umar Johnson, excusing nigga shit and excusing black dysfunction type of shit, and the black woman is God, and talking about pyramids in Egypt when we need to talk about building schools and banks and institutions right now in 2021. I get that shit.
Because
The concept of being
a lot of y'all, a lot of
I mean, isn't that a given? Like, yeah, I'm black, so yes, I'm pro my own. Like the fuck.
A lot of y'all who call yourself pro-black, y'all sound like the black versions of the alt-right. So some of y'all's
Can you
rhetoric.
elaborate? Can you elaborate?
Okay. Racial annihilation, right. There's one. We need our own ethno state. That's two. This perpetual victimhood mentality 24/7, the need of separation when you're about 80, 90s when you're about 90 years too late to talk about some Marcus Garvey shit.
Oh my God.
Right, I think we're back. I think we're back. Let me go ahead, start the clock. I stopped it at 6:51. So I'm going to start it now, and I'll start the Joe Rogan tape that you want me to play.
All right, appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about though, big dog. I've never expressed any Marcus Garvey leanings. I don't know.
I'll take.
Hold on. It's his time, Big J. It's his time.
Capitulate where you agree to all these demands.
Fair use,
Nick
Rose. Fair use.
To straight white men are not allowed to talk. It will be, you're not allowed to go outside because so many people were imprisoned for so many years. I mean, I'm not joking.
No, I know.
It really will get there. It's that crazy. You know, we just got to be nice to each other, man.
And so there we had Joe Rogan whining about. We got another clip. I got one more link. It's another short video, big dog, and that's it, man. I promise. Really appreciate that, brother X. No, it's an inconvenience, but I appreciate that, man. I just wanted to kind of be a little more thorough this time and try to do that.
No, I mean,
bring my sources and let people see for themselves. Because I'm not, I don't want to do the popularity contest shit. I want to look. This is when I have this is where I stand, and this is why, and I'm showing why. And niggas are not, niggas have
it's
nothing.
all good. It's all good. It's all part of the debate. If you want to play videos, we play videos. That's
we
how
got
it goes.
Joe Rogan. This is a big dog on the scene. He talks for a lot of white men. He's the mouthpiece for a lot of white guys out here. Now I'm trying to understand. You got your
4:45 on the clock left. You want me to run this now?
Go ahead. Just finish it out with that.
Regular season hasn't even started yet, right? Fans are already
fair use, Nick Rose. Fair use.
When it comes to the anthem protests. That's because Nike has teamed up with Colin Kaepernick, making the anthem protester the face of its 30th anniversary Just Do It campaign. The former 49ers quarterback writing, quote, "Believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything." The endorsement deal will feature him on billboards, TV commercials, and online ads. Not only that, that, but he will get his own clothing and shoe line. He currently does not play for an NFL team. Kaepernick kicked off the anthem protests in 2016 by taking a knee on the sidelines. He is currently suing the NFL, claiming owners colluded to keep him off the field after he was not signed by a team following the 2016 season. Many Americans already upset about the protests, now turning their rage on Nike.
You're going to go ahead and say, hey, buy them our shoes. We stand with people who kneel for the national anthem. Not only am I burning my favorite pair of Nikes, you are burning your sales. Have a good day.
Hang on, Joe Rogan, but I thought white men were being censored.
We believe Colin is one of the most inspirational
I thought
athletes
white
of
men
his
were being
generation, who
silenced.
has
Joe
leveraged
Rogan?
the power of sport to help move
But
the
is
world
white man out
forward.
here trying to censor you?
Former Marine Joey Jones tweeting, quote, "There is protesting, and then there's the actual actions and words of Kaepernick. It's disrespectful to anyone to say someone who is
We got another
patriotic,
one.
proud of a flag and anthem are supporting oppression in doing so. That's where he started and how he lost me." Other athletes in the Just Do It campaign include tennis star Serena Williams and the NBA's LeBron James. Both of them are outspoken supporters of Kaepernick.
I thought it was white men being censored, though. Is my time up? I'm sorry, I didn't want to go over my time.
Oh no, you good? You good?
Okay,
You
yeah.
good.
I thought it was white men being silenced, though. I thought it was according to Joe Rogan, it's white boys being silenced. It's white men's right to say what they want to say being shut down. White men are being censored on social media. It's white men being
they are.
the same
They
white
are.
boys talking that bullshit, talking about how white
But
men are being silenced, are the ones out here burning their
everybody's
sneakers in
everybody's
protest,
being
trying
silenced.
to silence black athletes. I believe it's my turn, sir. Trying to silence black athletes. I need some understanding from Hood Conservative, from Trey, from all you niggas out here that jump on board with these white boys whining alongside them, talking about how they're being censored and silenced and shit. It's a PC culture. You just can't say what you want to say anymore without people getting offended. Jeez. People are so thin-skinned these days without getting offended. People get so offended. But if you put your black fist in the air and protest, or you take a knee, or you wear some goddamn socks, they want to burn their sneakers. Police officers refusing to stand on post at the stadiums because Colin Kaepernick wore some socks making fun of cops. He wore some piggy socks, right? But you got police officers on social media making jokes about George Floyd. You got police officers in Cobb County pulling over white women talking about, we only shoot black people. Hee hee ha ha, I'm just joking. Also, cops get the jokey joke. White boys get the jokey joke. But you tell a joke about them, they're getting, and we don't want to go to work. We don't want to stand post at the stadiums if you're going to let Colin Kaepernick do that. But these same white boys that are so sensitive, remember, Donald Trump, their patron god, their patron saint, this motherfucker, fake ass conservative Trump, this dude tried to sue a comedian over a joke. Shout out to you fuck niggas out here talking about how he's the patron saint of free speech and saying what's on your mind and being anti-political correctness. But this motherfucker tried to sue a comedian. Come on, man. This is the same guy that whined for months about how the media was unfair towards him, but the same media said a bunch of bullshit about Obama for 8 straight years. These white boys are the most sensitive coddled group in this country.
All right. Brother Big J, 7 minutes on the clock, sir. Pull the trigger. This is closing statements. You got it.
All right, then. Let me say something. Now let's talk about the disingenuous statements of the one called the Village Arsonist. Now, the Village Arsonist made a lie right there. He just made a lie. He said he mentioned the word Trump. Wait a minute. What did Twitter did to Donald Trump in the closing weeks of his presidency? Oh, they banned him. Negro. Oh, what about the website called Parler? Oh my goodness. Oh, they're trying to get rid of Rumble right now. Oh, wait a minute. During the same week that YouTube took down Louis Farrakhan, who did they also during that same week took down who was white? Oh, Alex Jones the same week. So therefore, Mr. It seems to me the Village Arsonist needs to get outside of Black YouTube and look on what's going on other sectors of YouTube, because you see a whole lot of people being blocked and banned. So for you to sit there and try to make that statement that it's just only us black power folks, dude, you are too looking at the tree so damn much that you are missing the purpose of the fucking forest. How about you look at the forest instead of staring at that damn ass pine tree all day long, nigga? Because y'all need to start look at the forest. Everything is interconnected. They're not just silencing black voices. That's why though they got rid of Joe Pack's stupid ass. That's why though they actually got rid of Annie Worski. That's why they got rid of white people like what was his name? Richard Spencer, Negro. So for you to sit there and make this assumption that it's only us Negroes that's being victimized, then you need to do some research. And let me say another thing, Negro. I'm going to have to quote Uncle David here. I got to quote Uncle David. A lot of y'all not the brightest bulb in the room. You're not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Not once, and I want somebody to vote on this one. I want somebody to vote between me and him. How come he never put down any articles, any periodic data? Village Arsonist never put down a book. He never mentioned a book. He never mentioned a study, a research. He just put out news clips just to suit his narrative. That is a lazy debate thing. That is very lazy to do a debate. Debate anybody. Anybody can go up to Fox News, take a clip from Fox News and listen to them crazy idiots on Fox News and shit. But here is you. You want to put you want to put out these pre-edited videos and try to show it to everybody how evil Fox News is. And yes, Tucker Carlson and them ain't shit. But here's what you did. You never followed up with you never followed with no study, some pure type, but you never put out no crime statistics from the FBI. But you never put out no crime statistics from your home state. You never talk about the budgeting system that state legislatures will spend on criminal justice, depending on which area your ass come from. You never put that out there, sir. So therefore, you're being mighty disingenuous trying to make a debate while using childish tactics of using sound clips of pundits rather than using data from people who actually research, from college professors, data people who does policy making. You don't do that. That's why though your argument has failed. The Village Arsonist, because the thing is, you're not the sharpest knife in the drawer. You're not the brightest bulb in the room. Your whole argument failed, and you try to blame this all on white men. And let me talk about this. Let me finish this last thing up. Toxic masculinity actually came from a black woman, Negro. What the fuck you talking about? Because you said that at the first hour of this conversation that toxic masculinity first was a white person thing. No, black people was saying it way before white folks were saying the shit. That's why Me Too was a black issue before it became a mainstream issue. Get your facts straight. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. A lot of y'all don't. Y'all just repeating what somebody else tell y'all. I'm done. And did I stutter on that one? Now I'm done.
His argument is that toxic masculinity was started by black people. Okay, I don't know how that came to be.
You said it
Because
in
black
the
people,
first
black
hour.
people are
You
not in
said it
control of
in
the
the
feminist
first
movement in
15
this
minutes.
country, dude.
The first 15 minutes of this show that came out your mouth. Stop lying.
I said, wait. I said
Because
that black people.
I
What?
write down the
What?
shit that I actually write down shit that you actually said, dude. You
What
said in
did
the
I
first
say?
15 minutes.
What did I say?
You said toxic masculinity came from white women.
Yes, that
No,
concept
no,
came from
no,
white.
it did not. No, it
Okay,
did
who
not.
specifically came up with it? Who specifically came up with it? Who? What
Kimberly
person?
Crenshaw Williams. That happened around 2014 when she was arguing against Obama's what was it called, the My Brothers Keeper
Okay,
initiative.
can you do me a favor and type that in the public chat, and I would so that way I can go back and see the name because I want to Google it myself. You may be right. Hey man, salute to you. I'll check it out myself. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what that has to do with the topic. I don't know what that has to do with my argument.
Because you brought it up first. That's
I
why.
don't know what that has to do
Everything I'm
with the
arguing, you
clear
brought it
racial
up.
bias in
Hold
law
on.
enforcement in
Hold
this
on a
country. I
second.
don't know what that
Came
has
out
to
your
do with it.
mouth.
Hold on a
Everything I
second.
just argued came out your
on.
goddamn mouth.
Hold on a second. Now I need y'all to vote on who won this debate. I believe you can see the results of T.V.A.'s. Well, I put that poll in the beginning. Y'all can see the results in the chat, I'm sure. But now we go into the polls, and I'm asking the question: who won the debate? Who won the debate? Those of you who believe Brother T.V.A. won the debate, you can vote for him. If you believe Brother Big J won the debate, you can vote for him. We'll go ahead. We'll leave that poll up, and we'll close the poll at, I don't know, say 12 o'clock. So go ahead and vote. I don't know what y'all look like on time. Are y'all willing to take questions? Do y'all, what do y'all want to do? What
So I
y'all
was
look like
actually
on time?
wanting to address something that G posted. TVA. A lot of people wanted Cap to shut up once they realized he was a genuine G. My point is simple, dude. And niggas can pretend like they don't understand what I'm saying if they want. I mean, you niggas, you understand where I'm coming from. Okay, these same white boys, Joe Rogan, the Quartering, these same white boys, these same so-called right wing red pill white dudes on social media that do all this whining about left-wing censorship and all this other shit. When it comes to someone saying some shit that they don't agree with, they're all for censorship. It's not consistent. These same dudes whining about Trump being kicked off Twitter. Wait a minute. The same Trump that was calling for athletes to be fired for a protest? Wait a minute. But people say, oh, well, the NFL's a private company. They can do what they want. Okay, granted, fine. Well, guess what, motherfucker? So is Twitter. So is Twitter. Twitter is not a government entity. And the NFL is not a government entity. Okay, so, I mean, it is what it is. The facts are the facts. These motherfuckers are not consistent. They do not stand for real free, because let me tell you something. A person that really believes in free speech, they stand for it even when it comes to people that say things that they don't like. That's when you're really free speech. That's when you're really an advocate for free speech. When you can stand up for the right of someone that you don't even agree with to say what they want to say. These white boys don't do that. These white boys do all this stomping and whining when they get shut down for saying some shit on social media. But then when Colin Kaepernick says something, he deserves to be fired. What about that police officer that got fired for saying Black Lives Matter on her Facebook? She got fired. You had a whole bunch of these white boys cheering that shit on. What about those white boys that colluded to get Shirley Sherrod fired because they put out that audio bullshitting around about what she said? And again, I'm not an Obama fan. But these white boys are quick to do some whining about how their feels were hurt and to get somebody fired when you say something they don't like. Remember, Trump wanted to make it illegal to burn the flag. So to those of you that want to keep putting this dude up as some kind of free speech advocate, understand he wanted to be able to incarcerate you for burning a piece of fucking fabric. So talk to me more about how this guy is a true conservative, small government. That's small government to me, guys. Making burning a fucking flag illegal. That sounds like some small government free speech to me. You motherfuckers are full of shit. And I don't give a fuck about losing your little popularity contest. I don't care about that. You know what the fuck I'm saying is right, and you can't refute what the fuck I'm saying. This nigga had to get up here and say, oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Debate update. It looks like Big J is in the lead as it stands right now. Y'all continue to vote. See, one thing about this poll, you can only vote once, so I don't have to worry about blocking none of you Negroes for voting twice. Y'all go ahead and vote, man. The poll will close at 12 o'clock. But as it stands now, Brother Big J is in the lead. Carry on, brothers. Carry on. And also, y'all already know what it is. If you got questions of my debaters, you already know that those questions must be super chatted or Cast App, or I will not read them. Continue, brothers.
I mean, I don't want to just take over. Did he have anything to say? Big J, you got anything to say, big dog? I don't want to just take over, man.
Go ahead. Go ahead and speak.
Okay. Well, like I said, people have nothing to say about what I'm bringing to the table. I don't care about the popularity contest. I'm going to say the truth. Okay. And bottom line is there is a clear racial bias when it comes to law enforcement in this country. Big J admitted that when it came to January 6th, for instance, if it were a bunch of black men raiding the fucking Capitol, beating the shit out of police officers, beating cops to death, there would have been a lot more motherfuckers dead. I believe one woman got shot, the Ashley chick or whatever like that. And you got motherfuckers acting like she didn't have it coming. You got white people on the right acting like she didn't have it coming. Now, these same white people that act like the white chick that got shot at the fucking Capitol, that acted like she was some kind of martyr, let it have been a bunch of black people doing that shit. These same motherfuckers will support a George Floyd getting killed. Well, wait a minute. Hang on a second. When it's a bunch of crazy-ass Trump supporters overrunning law enforcement at the Capitol, beating cops to death, so these people have to shoot these motherfuckers to get them back, or now it's fuck the cops. Now it's, oh, she didn't deserve that. Go read the go look at the go look at videos about that chick that got shot.
Wait a minute.
They're defending her. These same white conservatives, these same white boys are defending her. But when it's your black ass just reaching for your wallet, you deserve to get shot. So I mean, it's bullshit.
Wait a minute. I have to add. Let me repeat what Roscoe said in the chat room. Is the topic racial bias or white men being coddled? Because see, that's what that's the reason why I came on here.
They're clearly clearly related.
Well, hold on, because though I came in here at the pretenses of white men being coddled of your argument, because you said white men are being coddled. That's the reason why I came on here for.
Man, you came on here talking about hardcore Tito and us. So don't even act like you've been on topic. Don't even try to front like you've been on topic, bro. You've been all over the fucking place.
No.
You've been all over the goddamn place. We done had to reel your ass in several times, bro. You done come in here squealing and screaming and shit. We done had to calm you down a few times, bro. Chill out. You've been all over the place. Okay, but the topic is white men being coddled, but racial bias in law enforcement is clearly related when we're talking about white men being coddled and related to their experiences with law enforcement. That's the topic. So we're talking about white men being coddled and they're dealing with law enforcement and in society in general. We will inevitably have to talk about the racial bias that exists in these institutions. We're going to talk about how one side is treated better than we're going to.
Wait a minute. Being coddled doesn't automatically mean criminal justice.
The racial bias that exists
automatically means criminal justice. So therefore, though, But
we're talking about how white males are coddled within the criminal justice system, and
you
in their
didn't say
dealings
criminal
with
justice
law
system.
enforcement,
You
the
didn't say criminal
conversation
justice
will
system.
inevitably get down to racial bias.
And guess
Because
what?
that's
And that's
talking
why. And
about
that's
racial
why.
bias.
That's why I mentioned Ruby Ridge in Waco, which though you refuse
What the
to
fuck
acknowledge.
does that have to do with white men getting preferential treatment in the criminal justice system?
Wait a
You
minute.
bringing
Wait a
up
minute.
random
Wait a minute.
instances
Wait a minute.
of white men taking it to the
How
super
can
extreme,
you
taking
just
over
say that?
whole
How
complexes,
can
having
you just
dozens
say
of
what you just
innocent
said?
children as hostages and shit, shooting at the military? I mean, do you understand the extremes that whites have to go to? Okay, listen.
What happened on
Do you understand? Do you
What
acknowledge
happened
the
on
extreme?
Ruby
Do
Ridge?
you acknowledge
What
the
happened on
extremes?
Ruby
Oh,
Ridge?
I'm trying to address that. Do you acknowledge the extremes like a Ruby Ridge or a Waco that whites have to go to in order to get that sort of violent response from the government? Meanwhile, I have a link of a black man. There's a black man in Florida. Just another example. He was sitting next to his he's a psychiatrist. He had his client next to him. He called the police. The client was acting out or whatever. The black man is sitting on the ground with his hands.
I saw
And he still gets a bullet in his ass. So it's like, dude, wait a minute, Big J. This is the extreme that white people have to do extreme shit.
Not
for the
necessarily.
most part, in order to get a violent response from the government. Meanwhile, your black ass can be minding your business and get a bullet in your ass from a cop.
Hold on.
That's the racial bias.
Hold on. What about what happened in Houston? Because I'm in Texas. What happened to the Harding Street shooting?
The what now?
The Harding Street shooting in North part of Houston. Where there was a police raid and every person in that house got murked. Those people was white. What the fuck you talking about?
What were they involved in?
That was involved in nothing. That's the point.
Okay, I have to read into that.
That's my problem.
Again, the argument is not that white people don't get killed. I've never fucking said that. But there is racial bias. Again, you admitted that if it were black people during January 6th, it would have ended up differently.
Why you keep on repeating yourself?
I'm repeating your points that you made. You said if January 6th had been a bunch of black people, there would have been a lot more killed.
That was not the premise of your argument. Your premise of the argument was.
Did you not say that though? Did you not say that?
I said that.
Okay, you said right. Okay, so what the fuck? Since you said that, you are admitting that there is racial bias in regards to how law enforcement deals with people in this country.
You brought that up later.
Okay, and you agreed with me, so you agree that there is racial bias in regards to response.
Because you changed the premise of your argument. That was after you changed the premise of your argument.
I'm not changing the premise of my argument, dude.
Yes, you did. The premise of the argument, the first 15, 20 minutes of this show was white men being coddled. That's why I jumped on.
Right. And my examples were what? They were all of my examples were what? All of my examples were white men being treated differently in regards to law enforcement situations. That was my example. Those were all of my examples.
And when you said that, I made a whole list because all
the original topic was the white guy at the Capitol. That was the original topic, and that was the example. So all of my examples have been what? White men being treated differently in regards to responses from law enforcement. That's been all of my examples, dude. So how am I being inconsistent here?
Dude, first 15 minutes of this show. The first 15 to 30 minutes of this show, you said white man was being coddled. You said white man was not being shot. I put down all this.
I never fucking said that.
Yes,
I never said that, bro.
Yes,
I'm tired of responding to that because I never said it.
You did say that.
Okay, bro.
That's why I had
okay, you're gonna keep saying it. I never said it. Go ahead.
Yeah, yes, you did. I'll tell you what then. Do not make me come on here and download this video and pick
Big
out
J,
that
do what you got to do, bro. But again, you just admitted that in situations like January 6th, for instance,
no, you brought up
had it been
January 6th
anyone but
later
a bunch
on.
of white
You
people, had it
brought
been anyone
January
but a
6th.
bunch of white men leading the
Then how
charge of that, they would have been mowed the fuck down. You admitted that.
Well, wait a minute. Then how come the premise of your argument was everything except for the January 6th thing? Because if your
January 6th was one of my examples.
If the premise
January 6th was one of my examples.
was January the 6th, I would agree with you, but you did
Big
not
J,
make January 6th.
What other group? What other group other than white men would be allowed to do what they did at January 6th? What other group other than white men?
Outside of January 6th.
What other group other than white males would have been able to get away with that shit, dude?
You didn't. You went from one premise to another.
Other than white males would have gotten away with what happened on January 6th.
And then though you act like though I was the one who was sitting up over here, just making up shit.
Can't answer the question because you know the truth, Big J.
What you said.
You know the truth, Big J. You know these white boys are coddled. You know they get away with shit that other groups would not be able to.
Okay. And therefore, we have to talk about the Unabomber, Oklahoma City bomber.
And again, you're bringing up extreme examples of what white people have to do crazy shit like that in order to get punished.
No.
White people have to do shit like blow up whole buildings in order to get punished.
The Pumpkin Riot of 2014. What about the Memphis riot in 2015? What about the riot that happened?
What are you talking about? Whoa. What are you talking? What riots are you talking about? What are you talking about?
After Shaquille O'Neal won his last championship in LA. You don't want to talk about that. I will.
I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? What riot? What riot?
Of being coddled.
You mean the riot? A bunch of white people in Philadelphia? Like a bunch of white people in Philadelphia rioted after the Eagles won? Bunch of white people tearing up shit in the streets after the Eagles won the Super Bowl?
Watch this, y'all. Hey, how many white riots versus black riots?
I mean, are we going? How back? How far in history are we going? How far in history are we going? How far in history are we going?
Made by white people versus black people since 1979.
Well, for one, if you're going to go recent, we need to look at all those Antifa white people out there that were alongside tearing up shit. So those weren't black riots.
Answer my question.
How many white people have had more riots?
Okay, good. I'm glad you said. But what's the number then?
Nigga, I don't know the exact number. Give me a fucking break. What are you talking about?
Wait,
more riots than black people.
Wait a minute. You come on here.
Whites have had more riots than black people. What's your point?
Here's the point. You came on here with the premise that white people are getting away with shit and black people are not getting away with shit.
They are. How many people died in those riots? How many people died? How many white people get killed when they go out there and tear up shit when their team wins a championship? How many white people get killed when they go out there and tear up shit when their baseball team won? How many white people get killed when they go out there and tear up shit?
Goddamn point. Can I finish?
How many white people get killed when they go out there and riot when their hockey team wins?
Oh boy, though he don't want me to finish my point because he knows if I finish what I got to say, he wouldn't like it. The point I'm trying to make is yes, though they're more white riot than there are black riot. But the point I'm trying to tell you though is how many white people get killed versus black people. You never want to go there with that number.
I don't know what Deborah Lee, and I was looking at what Deborah said. Deborah said, yeah, I mentioned that, Deborah. What the fuck are you talking about? I understand that. But you have people like you, a lot of white people on the right that say that she didn't deserve what she got. Now, these are the same people out here talking about Blue Lives Matter. These are the same people out here talking about George Floyd deserved to die, but this white woman stormed the Capitol with people that are assaulting police officers. She gets shot by a cop, and all of a sudden she's a martyr. All of a sudden she didn't deserve it. Don't fucking play with me, Deborah. I see it all over social media. I see the white conservatives out there lionizing this woman.
Wait,
making her out to be some kind of fucking martyr. These same people, if
Why
a black
is it?
person
Why is
charges
it?
at a
Why?
cop, if a black person assaults a cop, they deserve to get killed, and rightfully so. But this white woman is charging cops at the Capitol with a mob. She gets shot. Now she's a victim.
Wait a
See,
minute.
that's
Wait
the
a minute. Wait a
inconsistency
minute.
with these white
Wait a
conservatives.
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why is it you keep using sound clips in videos and not empirical data? Explain that.
Because it's more relatable, honestly, to the average person. The average person isn't going to go look up data. They're not going to go look up the tables. They're not going to do that kind of research.
Relatable to whom? Relatable to whom?
To the average viewer.
Oh, wait. To the average viewer.
Do you have anything to refute what I'm saying?
So to the
do you have anything to refute what I'm saying? Do you have anything to refute? Okay, so refute my point.
Therefore, by that logic, the viewer are dumb people.
That's not what I said.
Well, you said to be more relatable.
This is my debate style, sir. So refute my point.
No,
refute my point.
If you're going to do
this is how I chose to make my point. Refute my point.
If you're going to
this is how I chose to make my point.
If you're going to
refute my point.
Somebody, if you're going to debate somebody, you have not.
Right. So so then my point should be easy to refute.
You have not committed.
So then my point should be easy to refute, sir.
You have not submitted a periodical evidence.
Right.
Empirical
so
evidence.
Then my point should be easy to refute.
You just took.
This nigga's doing a whole lot of filibustering, and it's really getting
sound clips does not
equal. What's the tally on the votes? What's the tally? I'm tired of
research.
All right.
Research.
As it stands right now, it's 53% for T.V.A, 47% for Brother Big J. And everybody ain't voting either, lazy Negroes. Jesus, can't get Negroes to do nothing. Won't hit the like, won't hit the damn vote on the poll, just nothing. Just
that like button stuff, that's crazy to me. I don't understand. Like it's literally a click. Like
takes 1 second.
That's crazy how you gotta keep pestering motherfuckers just like a damn stream that they're watching. Like motherfuckers will sit there and watch a stream and just want to click a damn. It's crazy.
They want to remain neutral.
Don't have to spend $1. Just a click. Come on, y'all.
Yeah, they want to remain neutral. They don't really want to participate, but they're participating by watching, which is just totally absurd to me. But as it stands now, it looks like T.V.A has overtaken the lead. 53% for Brother T.V.A, 47% for Brother Big J. Will be closing the poll at 12. So get your votes in now because we will be closing the poll at 12. That's 11 minutes from now. So go ahead.
All right, don't make me pull a Trump. Don't make me try to pull a Trump and go to the courts and try to get them polls closed early now, goddamn it. We need to close the polls up. We don't need more time. We just need 10 more minutes for it. Go ahead and close the polls.
But I had already said that. I had already said it. So I'm giving everybody a chance. Everybody a chance to get their vote in. Maybe the people who came in late, started watching late because, sometimes people will come in and what they'll do is, they'll rewind it. Even though we're live, they're watching, they're watching it from, some part in the beginning because I do that sometimes. When I come in late, I go back to the beginning to see what brothers is talking about. So some people may be doing that. I'm going to give the folks the benefit of the doubt, but the poll will close at 12 o'clock, folks.
Hey, man, I appreciate Big J at least having the courage to jump up, you know what I'm saying, and to defend his perspective. I just, at the end of the day, I see a whole lot of evidence for bias towards whites in this country in regards to law enforcement, in this criminal justice system in general, especially towards white males. Why do I put emphasis on the white guys? Because in this manosphere shit, I hear a lot of people talking this, it's all men united. We're all men together and it's all just, we're fighting for men. And I'm looking around and I just notice like certain things. I'm kind of like, okay, I hear you saying that, but it's like, okay, well, why do I see these same white dudes over here calling themselves part of the manosphere, justifying so-and-so police shooting? Why do I see certain white guys within the manosphere? Hold on. If we're men united and we're supposed to stand with these white dudes when it comes to these family courts, so these white dudes will make video after video talking about bias in these family courts. So they will acknowledge that bias is possible in these courts, but they only want to talk about the bias in the family courts when it comes to women and men.
Wait a minute.
Talk about the bias in the criminal justice system, in the criminal courts that exist, and has been proven by study after study. They don't want to talk about that. So don't talk about how it's men united.
Shouldn't that same logic apply to the pro-black, back to Africa, pan-African, red ball, green ball, black ball community? Because you got the BAIO Negroes talking about you gotta agree with us. We need to go back to Africa. And man, you married. You got yourself a Becky. Fuck you. Q Butter. I remember that video Q Butter did talking about don't you bring no white bitch to my goddamn thing. I remember all you pro blacks was hand clapping when Q Butter was doing that shit. But wait a minute. Yeah. See.
Q Butter's my man. So that's him.
But here's the thing though. But every time we hear these pro-black back to African Negroes talking about we need black unity. We need unity among the black people. We need to unite all the Africans together. But then at the same time, you disagree with them on something. You automatically coon, or you a Sambo, or you a goddamn Sean.
Well, I call you're obviously not familiar with my content because I call out the pro blacks too. I call out the hypocrisy with the pro blacks too, dude. So you're not familiar with my content, brother. With all due respect, I call them out too, bro.
The same. But if you're going to use that for the manosphere, you're gonna say the same thing for the conscious community.
And I do that. You're not familiar with my content, bro. I call out the pro black bullshit all the time, dude. I call out the nigga shit all the time. I call out the bullshit with these Umar Johnson types all the time, bro. But the thing is, people get confused with me because people these days are so polarized. It's black and white. It's either or. You gotta only focus on racism or only focus on the nigga shit. It's either or, and I do both because both exist. There's bullshit from the pro-black side, and there's bullshit from the other side. There's bullshit from the black conservative side. These niggas out here talking about accountability for black people. I can salute that. I can salute calling out the nigga shit. But hang on a second. Why are you standing next to these white folks out here talking about social justice warriors and PC culture, but they want to shut up black people for saying things that they want to say on social media?
Yeah, but guess what?
You brought up Farrakhan. Where was the uproar with these white boys from Farrakhan? They didn't say shit. Nothing. They didn't say anything. So they pretend like they don't see shit like that. They only want to whine when they want to make it seem like this is my problem. These white boys want to imply that they are being targeted. They want to imply that these white boys are being targeted, and that's bullshit.
People have been talking about Farrakhan being erased from YouTube. And there was one thing though.
I don't see these white boys talking about it. I don't see these white boys talking about it. And I don't, I don't see? I don't see as many white men crying for Farrakhan as I saw black men crying for Trump. I saw a whole lot of black men crying. This nigga, okay, you know what?
Glenn Beck was talking about it. Alex Jones was talking about it. George Norrie from Coast to Coast AM was talking about
I'm talking about big names, bro. These are no names other than Alex Jones, and Alex Jones interviewed Farrakhan, so that's not. I mean, that's not really a.
I said George Norrie from Coast to Coast AM. I said George.
No big names mentioned Farrakhan, bro. None of them.
Yeah, just
these same white boys want to imply that white men are being targeted for censorship. That's a lie.
That's not a lie.
So you're saying white men are being targeted for censorship?
I tell you what. How about you go to the Madhead Doctor's channel and looked up all those videos.
White men are being censored. White men are being targeted for censorship. That's what you're saying.
Everybody's being targeted
even though
for
the white
censorship.
guy that even though the white guy that just said that, even though the white guy that just said that just got a multi-million-dollar deal with Spotify.
That's a problem. You have a hard time.
The white guy that said that just got a deal with Spotify.
Everybody's being targeted for censorship. That's what I said.
You said white men are being targeted for censorship.
I said everybody being targeted for censorship.
Okay, well, that's not what they're saying. They're saying they're only being targeted.
Who's saying it? Who's saying it?
People like Joe Rogan are implying that only white males are
just one.
Okay, all right,
person.
I'm done.
We're talking about what's going on.
Wow.
Damn. You hard-headed Negro.
I can't
do
all this screaming. I can't do all this.
I have to scream because you like to overtalk me.
No, you don't, bro. You don't have to scream, bro. You really don't.
No, I have to scream because you keep overtalking me when I'm talking.
You don't have to scream, bro. But it's all good.
No. I have to scream. You hard-headed Sean.
Get it out.
You so fucking slow.
Get it out. Get it all out.
You know what I'm saying?
Slow,
this been pinned up. This nigga.
You so fucking ass slow, dude. When somebody telling your ass something, it comes in one ear and out the other. I have to tell you this shit 3 fucking ass times.
Okay, what are you trying to say?
3,000 times. Look,
what are you trying to say?
When they got rid of Farrakhan, it happened the same week they got rid of Alex Jones. You didn't hear that. Thank you, SKC, because Steven Crowder even talked about Farrakhan. And I hate Steven Crowder. Steven Crowder know who Big J Triple X is.
Steven Crowder did not stand up for Farrakhan. That's a damn lie.
Yes,
that's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie.
No, it's not. He mentioned Body.
Steven Crowder is Jewish. That motherfucker. Steven Crowder is a right-wing Jew. That motherfucker did not stand up for Farrakhan.
He was mentioning it. What's going on?
No, he did.
That was the point.
SKC, can you drop a link on that, please? I'm not expecting it like immediately. I'm not unfair like that, but like if you can remember the name of the episode or whatever.
Get your black ass out of the black sector and look around what's going on here, nigga. Get your ass outside of this cesspool called the black sector.
Brother, I've been on social media. I've been on YouTube in particular since 2007.
That's bullshit.
I've been on YouTube since 2007.
And you know it. That's bullshit and you know it.
All right. Okay. I've been doing this shit since 2007. Right.
I've been doing this shit since 2006. November the 6th, 2006.
Okay,
this channel been up.
So we both know what it's like outside of the black manosphere. We've been on here since before there was a black manosphere. So what the fuck are you talking about?
What
do you
I'm
mean,
talking about, dude? You act like dude. You create this whole premise that censorship is only happened to black people when if you go outside of the cesspool.
I never said that. I never said only black people are censored. I never said that. No, the fuck I did. But okay, go.
Yes, you did.
Go ahead, get it out, bro.
Yes, you did say that. You made this whole premise that it was just Negroes getting the shit, right?
You never said that.
Yes, you did.
What the fuck was that?
You made it seem like it was just us old nigga childs getting all the
beating. Buzzer must have went off for them cookies in the oven.
When it was everybody. When was everybody being censorship? If Alex Jones got censored the same week as Louis Farrakhan by the same group of people, that should tell you they're not just after us Negroes, they're after the poor whites too, nigga.
No, people like Joe Rogan are implying that only white men are censored.
You can't understand that.
I don't care. What is your response to what Joe Rogan says? What's your response to what Joe Rogan said about white men?
Hey, how many times I have to
answer? Do you agree with what he said?
I said, fuck Joe Rogan, nigga. How many times I gotta say that shit?
Do you agree with what he said about white men?
How many times I gotta say it, hardhead?
Do you agree with what he said about white men?
I just said, nigga. I said, fuck Joe Rogan.
That doesn't answer my question. Do you agree with what he
Hell
said
no,
about
that
white
should
men?
tell you, that should apply, nigga. I don't agree with.
Okay,
Damn, man, you so fucking
I can
hard-headed.
agree with someone I don't
Damn, man,
like.
you so
I'm
fucking
a real
hard-headed.
man. I can agree or disagree with someone I like or don't like. Apparently, you
Damn
can't
it,
do that.
damn
So,
it, you like your head is made out of granite.
saying fuck somebody
Like
doesn't mean that they
somebody
can't say something
trying
that's
to
true.
tell your
Just because
ass.
you don't like somebody doesn't mean they can't say some truth. So they're not related. So
What the
smart people
fuck you just
understand that.
said? That didn't make
What's the
any
tally, big
sense.
dog? What's the
That didn't
tally,
make
big
any
dog?
sense, dude. But you just say it don't make any sense.
What's the tally on the votes, big dog?
Oh
I don't
yeah,
want this man to
because
bust a vein and have a
the
stroke or
poll
something.
is closed and it's a tie. It's a split decision 50-50, 50% for T.V.A., 50% for Big J Triple X. No more votes will be cast. The poll is closed. It's a 50-50 split. It is a draw.
Oh, and little Big Nate. Don't even try me, dude. You talking about somebody who's insane? You sound worse than I do, yelling and screaming shit, nigga. You hypocrite, having ass nigga. Don't you ever sit there try to talk about somebody.
And I salute you, Nate. I love you, big dog, but he got your ass checkmated on that one, bro. Because your ass will scream. Hey, man, I got to tell you to put the weapons down, Big Nate. See that? Now you're screaming in chat. You're screaming in text, bro. Come on, man. Stop it, Nate. We can't have Big J and Nate on the same panel. It can't happen, bro.
Yo, but you know what? You know what? I actually desire that shit. Oh yes, I actually desire that. We will end the planet with that.
Nate the folk, he can come up here if he want to.
That's pay-per-view. That's pay-per-view right there.
Nate the folk, he can come up here if he wants to.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I know he probably just got done doing a show, so I mean, he probably all talked out. I would imagine, but I don't know. Don't know.
I don't scream at people. That's a lie. Bullshit. You lie. You like it, but dude, man, you scream all the time.
Man, like I said, good debate, Big J. I appreciate you jumping up, man. I just gotta disagree. At the end of the day, my premise is simple. Like I said, my argument is simple. You have white men like a Joe Rogan that want to imply that white men are being targeted for censorship in America, and white men are being silenced, and white men aren't allowed to speak their minds in America. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. White men are actually coddled in this country in many ways. Okay,
well, it
white
was a
men are
split
hypocrites
decision.
in many ways in this country. Like I said, for instance, you have Joe Rogan talking about how white men are censored and silenced, but then you have white men wanting to censor black men when we want to speak up. Whether you disagree or agree with Kaepernick, that is hypocrisy. How the fuck are you on one hand talking about how white men are being censored and silenced, but those same white men want to censor and silence someone else for having an opinion? Don't talk to me about how it's unfair for kicking Trump off Twitter, but Trump is wanting athletes fired for having a political opinion. Well, wait a minute. Are we for free speech or not? And motherfuckers know that this is bullshit. I don't give a damn how you feel about Kaepernick. This is not about your feely feels. This is facts. This is consistency. This is principle. If you care about free speech, if you care about people being able to say what they want, if you really care about that, then you look fucking stupid whining about what happened to Trump, but then supporting Trump, wanting athletes fired for protesting. And you can't use the free market, it's a private company excuse, because Twitter and the NFL are both privately owned corporations. Neither one of them are government entities. So if you're going to make that argument in support of what happened to Kaepernick and say, well, the NFL had a right to do what they did. He's an employee. He works for them. It's their shit. It's their company. They can do it. Okay, fine. Twitter can do the same. It's their shit. Twitter has every right to kick you off of their fucking private platform. It's their shit. Stop whining. Oh, we want to whine when it's Trump, but we want to cheer it on when it's Kaepernick. Okay, well then you don't give a fuck about free speech. And niggas don't like me because I call out the bullshit. I'm not going for the status quo. I'm not going along to get along. Shout out to Kwame Brown. I'm not with going along, get along. I'm not doing that. I'm calling out bullshit from both sides. Niggas like Big J want to try to make me out to be some pro-black back to Africa. You've said that multiple times, which I am not one of those. You clearly don't understand my content, bro. You don't understand my perspective. I'm not coming. You niggas have got to stop trying to fit me into these boxes. I've been saying that since day one. Y'all got to stop trying to fit me into these boxes.
Oh,
Because you're
hold
going to
on,
lose that
hold
every
on.
time.
Hold on,
Stop
Big
doing that.
Nate.
I'm not a hotep, bro. I'm not a hotep.
Hey, Big Nate, you said, man, you want to check me, nigga? Okay, then bring your ass up here then.
I'm gonna let y'all have it on that one, man. I'm not getting between that one. Cause I'm not gonna be heard, bro. Cause I'm not busting a vessel trying to be heard over Big J and Nate. No, I'm not doing that. So I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, have that, and I'm sure the people will enjoy it. Big Dog X, I appreciate it. Has anyone else challenged, by the way? I mean, does anybody else want to jump up and challenge? I don't want to. I mean, it's your show. But you know, I'm not gonna try to scream over these niggas. Fuck that shit. RBR, absolutely, yeah. RBR2, yep. Yeah, sound mind, that's too much. Yeah, see, I can't, you know, I know my limits, man. YouTube TV, pull a clip of me screaming or something like that. Little Big Nate, I can go to any of your streams. What are you talking about, man? I can go to any one of your streams, bro, and show you screaming your mother. I don't know what he's playing at. SKC, that was an awesome trailer, by the way, for Obsidian's book, man. That was really nicely done, man. You did a really good job on that one. I'm still in the process of reading it myself, like I said. Good book so far. Checking it out. Salute to all the brothers that reviewed it on Amazon too, man. A lot of brothers supporting on Amazon, so you know, hey man, I support the brother's success. I don't have to agree with everything Obsidian says, but you know, I mean, I support the brother walking the walk. You know, a lot of brothers talk about doing shit like writing a book and whatnot, but you know, he actually did it, and I salute it. Like I said, it's a good book so far. You know, I'd recommend it for no other reason than to be on code. Even if you just don't plan on reading it, even if you just want to sit it on your table, man, niggas need to stop fronting like you don't have. Well, I think it was like last I checked, it was like $8. You make final like 10, 15 bucks. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, he's I think he has 2 more coming down the pipe, I believe, because I interviewed him. You know, after I read the book, I interviewed him, and I think he's got 2 more coming. So, you know, he's an adamant writer, so he's always gonna be doing that. I can see him writing at least 5. He's probably gonna write about 5 books. I know he's got 2 more in the works right now. So y'all look out for that. Shout out to brother Obsidian. I sent you the link already, brother Big Nate.
Yeah, for no other reason than to just be on code. You know, this is a black man writing a book, and is a big part of the manosphere. You know, one of the co-founders, from my understanding. So, you know, and I like his content. You know, I've gotten a lot from his content over the years. So, I mean, for no other reason, like I said, I don't care if you use it as a doorstop, paperweight. You know, buy the damn book, man. I mean, motherfuckers got 8, 10, 15 bucks to spend on a book to support a brother that's giving a lot to the manosphere. What's up, Nate? How you doing, man?
I got the book. What's up, T.V.A? How you doing?
Brother Big Nate is in the house. What's good, brother
What's
Nate?
up, brother Xavier? First, let me address the absolute falsehood that I yell in conversations. You won't be able to pull a clip of me yelling at somebody in a conversation. During my monologue, do I yell? Absolutely.
Okay. Do you count?
I go
Yeah. Okay.
slap.
Do you count
Whoa.
responding to
Can I finish?
chatters as
Can I finish?
conversation?
You gotta let me finish, bro. You gotta let me finish. In conversation, I don't yell at people. you can pull all of my streams.
What about responding to chatters? What about responding to chatters in chat, though?
What do you mean?
When you're doing a stream and you're responding to what people are saying in chat, do you count that?
Using capitals?
Do you count responding to chatters? Is that? Because there's plenty of streams of you screaming at chatters.
Whoa.
Come on, Nate.
Whoa, you talking about people talking shit in the chat?
Man, it doesn't matter what they're saying. No, you're changing it up.
Not a conversation with
you said monologue.
A monologue is an individual talking about a subject. The subject could be somebody insulting me in my chat. Yeah, I'm gonna fly off the handle at that motherfucker.
Wait a minute.
I said in
you
conversation.
accuse me. Hold on.
Whoa, Stuttering Jay. I'm not talking to you yet, Stuttering Jay. Calm down.
No. That's
I'm not talking to you yet. Brother, calm down. Calm down.
No. You
No. Calm down. I've just gotten up here. Calm down. Like I said, Brother Xavier, let me ask you a question so you can confirm this for these gentlemen. When I had a debate with AJ Seeing Red, when it was time for us to pair off and go one-on mano y mano, I yelled at him. Do you remember that, Brother Brother Xavier? And then at the end of the stream, I apologized to AJ Seeing Red. I said, bro, I shouldn't have raised my voice to you. I don't do that. So again, I am honest and consistent. I don't yell at people in conversations. I don't do that. Now go ahead, gentlemen.
Yeah, but we heard clips of you just going off the handle.
I do that. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's a monologue.
And then though, wait a minute.
I don't scream and yell at
man. The premise, but the premise of your argument is, Big J is rowdy. Big J's mean. Big J is going off the handle.
I never said that about you. Show me in the chat where I said that. Now you're lying. Lying out.
Really now. Let me see.
Yes, when did I say you were mean? I don't care if you're mean. What the fuck do I care?
No. You said, Big J, please don't listen to the playback. You definitely sound quantifiably insane.
You sound certifiable yelling at a man that's talking to you calmly.
You were trying to shoot a shot at
yelling
me,
at sir, that's not a shot. Whoa. Go listen to my enemy stream. Go listen to my enemy stream. Those are shots. That's not a shot, sir. You sounded, if both of you were yelling, that's one thing. But you have one man completely calm, completely composed, talking to you, and you are.
And I'm calm right now. And dude, when I'm yelling, I'm still calm, nigga. What you talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about, but okay.
Big J, Big J. Not after that bullshit you played earlier. Don't try that now. You can try to pull that act maybe after tonight, but you can't try that act in the same debate that like literally 30 minutes ago you were screaming at the top of your lungs.
No, that's not at the top of my lungs.
Stop it.
You were wild, dog. You were wild.
Yeah. Of course, it's gonna wild out, but that's not.
Now he's all.
That's not the top of my lungs.
All I'm saying, Big J.
I'm calm, cool, and collected,
the same energy he's giving you. That's all I'm saying. If T.V.A. is calm and composed, win your argument with that. I don't scream at the time. Now, do I scream during my monologue? You ain't never gonna get me to deny that. Absolutely true. But I do not yell at individuals. I don't do that.
Well, according to Aaron Fountain, he has clips of you yelling.
I didn't say I don't yell. I said I don't yell in conversation, sir.
Okay.
All right. Salute. Okay.
And
I
for the
got in
record,
late because I had a show.
For the record, don't mention that motherfucker's name down here. For the record, don't mention that motherfucker on here.
Damn, man, like
that's what that motherfucker. That motherfucker I don't want mentioned on my shit unless I'm talking about his black ass.
Why are you making fun of this man? Why are you making fun of this man's speech problems though? That's what I'm trying to understand. Why are we making fun of
No. You're up here cursing
why
me out.
don't we not? I mean, let's not make fun of the
stuff. You insult me, I insult back. That's how it works.
No.
I never said anything to you.
Bro, you were up here just a couple of minutes ago saying all sorts of shit about me.
Dude, you said some crazy shit to me in the chat room, dude. Hold on.
You did sound certifiable.
Hold on. You said drop the link at bro XA. I gotta check Stuttering J.
Yes.
To you.
We could rewind. You calling me all sorts of names. What are you
talking about? Like what? Like what? I'm gonna wait. I'll wait.
You said stupid Nate. You said you lied about what I said you said. I never said you said anything mean. You said a bunch of shit.
Dude, you
as soon as you saw that, you started going in on me.
That was after the fact I said that to you. You the one called me. Oh man, that's
I didn't call. I said you were certifiable the way you were acting, and then after you insulted me, I called you Stuttering Jay. Yes, sir. I fight fire with fire. Yes, sir.
Yeah, but I'm not insane.
You don't shit on me. I won't shit on you. I don't do that to people. I don't. So we can keep it peaceful. Now, if you want to come into my chat and people have,
look. The only person I'm at war with is duct tape chair man. I don't give a flying fuck.
Well, who's duct tape chair?
Man, y'all, last night's show, y'all knew what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's talk about you though. But you okay?
Talk about me. Go for it.
Whatever. No. It's whatever now. I'm done.
Okay, what was the debate about? Let's talk about what was the debate about ultimately?
Okay. I was kind of ticked off when he said white men. He said white men are being coddled and they don't get killed by the police.
I never fucking.
Yes, you did say that. Yeah, you did say that.
I never said they never get killed. Everybody knows that's not true. I would never say some stupid shit like that, bro.
Your mouth, dude.
Okay, dude. All right.
Nah, white men catching all sorts of hell in America, dog.
Oh, dude, not you too, Nate. Not you too, Nate.
Bro, it's the truth. God. Bro, I didn't say
how are white men catching hell, Nate? How?
Oh my God, bro. Do you know how many videos there are of white men walking to class on college campuses and white liberals and SJWs with bulls ring septums in their nose come up and start screaming at them? You're a white man. Get out of here. You're a racist. Bro, I can pull up stuff right now showing this stuff. I've watched dozens of videos of that.
People are calling them names on campuses.
Bro,
that's as hard as the white guy really named.
Bro, dude.
Calling his name.
Do you want, bro? Okay, tell me.
Really? That's all you got?
No, that's not all I got. But
that's what you started with. I mean, that's pathetic. Give me a fucking break. Let me tell you what I got. Let me tell you what I got in response. Let me respond to what you got. Let me respond to what you got. I got Birth of a Nation. How about that? Who made Birth of a Nation? I mean, the first one.
Well, when did they make it?
Who made that film? Who made that film?
White Democrats made it.
Men. White
Democrat men.
Nate, let's not play games.
Democrats.
Let's not play games.
That's a fact.
You know that was before the switch.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Whoa. So by that logic, right? That is white men. So therefore, white people can blame black people what the Moors did.
There's no limit how far we can go back.
What the fuck are you talking?
No. See, buy that logic.
I'm talking about man.
No.
The white man got it good, bro. I'm talking about he got all kind of defenders.
To the thing is with you want everybody.
You cannot get black men to defend a black man like this, boy.
So
you just can't.
So buy that logic. You want to talk about?
You can't get black men to defend black men like this.
Whoa. Okay, can I give you the second thing? Can I give you the second thing?
Because my point, before you fit, my point, Nate, was that this country, because of white men at the head of this country has a history of demonizing black masculinity. And white males have been at the head of that. How would they? How they have it hard?
Hold on. The birth of that came from the birth of white men trying to diminish black masculinity. The birth of that came from the aftermath of what the Moors did to France in Spain.
Okay. I don't know if I agree with that, but if we can go back 150 years, they can go back 1,000. They can go back 500. Right. I mean,
so what? But that's not true.
Where are you going to stop at? So where are you going to stop at?
He's saying it's not true. So I don't know what the fuck.
Okay, let me give you my second thing, T.V.A. White men, because of how they're treated in divorce, alimony.
Because they're the only ones treated like that, right, Nate?
Can I finish? Because of the way white guys are treated, and it's not just white men, but we can separate them out and talk about what they're dealing with. Do you know it's estimated that something like between 18 and 24,000 white men over the last 10 years have committed suicide directly because of the hell they've gone through divorce court? That's
Okay,
not
so
a
they're
common
killing
goal.
themselves.
That's
So who
not
do
a
we blame
common
for that?
occurrence. But
Sounds like white men are killing white men. That sounds like white on white
it
violence.
is. But,
Okay, well, how's
no,
that? How's
you
that
asked,
anyone? How was that proof of them being oppressed?
I didn't say they were oppressed. I said white men are going through shit in this society. They are.
Okay, well,
They are.
they're doing it to themselves.
No, the courts are doing
Nate,
it to them, and white
who
women
runs
are
this
doing
society?
it to them.
Who runs this society, Nate?
White women primarily.
White women. What?
I think white women have more of an influence.
Nate, come on, Nate.
Bruh, white women
control the military, right?
Bruh, white.
Yeah, white woman. There is a woman controlling the military. Her name is Comparative.
Control the military. Okay, y'all. Okay, I can't even take this seriously. I mean, come on,
bruh. I'm giving, dude. I said
Nate. Nate, come on,
bruh.
When
There
you talk
are
about
white
who
men
runs
catching
this
hell in
country.
this country. There are. Now, what I'm describing is not unique to them, but it is part of what they're going through.
Nate, most governors, mayors, federal judges, state legislators,
White men, you're right.
military, right. So if white men control every institution in this country, and they make up the majority of every institution, from movie directors, Wall Street CEOs, bankers.
Well, okay, can I say this?
My question is, how are they oppressed?
Who's
doing it? Who's doing it, sir?
Let me ask you something real quick. I need clarification. So our good friends at the Israeli lobby, you're saying, are white men?
Okay, first off, they consider themselves white, and they are.
I'm just asking.
Their names come from you. I get what you're talking about. Their names come from Europe. If you do research on the name, starts with an A. They come from Europe. Yes, they do. But let's not play games. The small hats are not. They're not even. Come on, we got a bunch of white males. I'm talking about English, Anglo-Saxon, white Anglo-Saxon Protestant white males. Stop playing like they don't have powerful positions in this country, dude.
Bruh.
Jerome Powell is a white Anglo-Saxon male, and he runs the Federal Reserve, and that's just one example. So how are white men
and how many years did our friends at the Israeli lobby run the Federal Reserve?
Nate, let's stop playing games. So we're gonna act like white men don't have power in America now.
Bro,
so white men are an oppressed minority.
Why are you putting words in my mouth?
That's what you're acting like.
Why are you sounding jealous of white men? It seems though you seem though you want the white man.
Hold on a second. Shout out to brother Theo Wolf with the
Theo
chat. He says Lil Big Nate is actually calm. If you are civil, he is civil back. Key is that you are civil. If you are a jerk, bye. I appreciate that, brother Theo. You get this. I appreciate you dropping your hard-earned coins on this platform. I gotta hold on. I gotta step away for about 5 to 6 minutes. I'll be right back. Try not to kill each other while I'm gone.
No, these gentlemen have nothing to worry about coming from me as long as you're respectful.
I mean, it's just amazing how we got black men making the case for how white men are oppressed. But same black men will say that niggas need to stop whining. Like what? Wow.
Yeah, but it's more being accurate on what's causing the problem.
But you're not accurate, sir.
No, I am accurate. It is accuracy.
The president of the United States got his ability to speak on social media robbed from him. Now I know you don't like Trump.
Robbed. Come on, bro.
Bruh, he's the leader of the free world and he can't speak on social media.
Twitter is a privately owned company. Wait, Nate, so you wouldn't be in favor of the government stepping in telling Twitter what to do?
Well, you already accused me once of being
of the government stepping in telling Twitter who they can have on their platform, would you, Nate?
You already accused me once back in the day of being somebody that was in favor of censorship, which is not true. which is not
I'm
true. T.V.A.
asking. I mean, okay, so what would you like for the government to do in response to what happened to Trump since he was robbed? What should the government have done?
I don't want the government to do anything. I want the American people to rise up and snatch away the profits from these leftist social media platforms that rob conservatives of their right to speak.
Oh, so
I
it's
don't want
only
the government to do anything.
wait. Twitter is a leftist platform that only robs conservatives.
Oh
So
my God, you don't believe Twitter is leftist?
it's only conservatives?
Tell me the liberals that have been snatched off Twitter.
Abby Martin.
Who's
Louis
Abby Martin? I'm not
Louis
familiar
Farrakhan
with
is not a liberal, but he's definitely not your typical conservative.
Bruh, I could literally name several people that have been taken off Twitter, taken off Facebook, taken off YouTube. And the thing that most of them have in common is conservatism, bro.
You know what a lot of them also have in common? A
What's
lot
that?
of them also have in common that they supported what happened to Kaepernick.
Oh, wow. You are really a Kaepernick.
Yeah,
Tell me how you feel about Kaepernick.
I'm a free speech advocate.
You absolutely love
I love
Mr.
free
Kaepernick,
speech.
man.
I love free speech, and I love consistency. So
okay, well,
I'm
let me ask
trying
you
to
this.
understand how. But my point is valid. A lot of the people that you're talking about, Alex Jones, Steven Crowder, a lot of these white conservatives that have been kicked off and let back on, a lot of them supported what happened to Kaepernick. They were okay when it was a black athlete being censored and silenced. He shouldn't be doing that. He should be fired. They supported.
Okay, whoa. Let me ask you something, T.V.A. Does the president have freedom of speech? Yes or no?
Yes, he does.
All right. The president did not order the NFL to fire Kaepernick. His opinion was that Kaepernick should be fired. How is that so horrible? I don't get it. That's his opinion. It's Trump's opinion that Kaepernick should be fired. He did not have Kaepernick fired.
You don't see, as a small government conservative, how it's dangerous for a government official to say a private citizen should be fired from a job at a private company for having a political opinion. You don't see how that's dangerous?
What I see is a president who talked about what's that fat actress that used to be on The View? Lori O'Donnell or something. The fat, ugly, white lesbian chick. And he talks about everybody. That's Trump. He talks shit about everybody that he doesn't like. That's just him. I don't even take it too serious. It's just him. I don't think
you don't take it seriously when the president of the United, again, you're a small government, I'm assuming. Help me. Small government, constitutional conservative. Okay. So be that as it may, you don't see a problem with the leader of the country, the president, implying that a private citizen should be fired for having a political opinion. You don't see a problem with that at all?
No, sir. No, not me. Not, and if Bill Clinton wanted,
you don't see how that's walking a fine line.
If Joe Biden said that, what's that religious football player, T.P.O.T? Yeah. If Joe Biden said Tim Tebow should be fired because he's anti-LMNOP people, I would not have a problem with Joe Biden saying that.
If, by the way, that never happened.
But I'm saying,
Barack Obama, by the way, 8 years of being totally disrespected. I'm not an Obama fan, but his kids were called everything from monkeys.
Yes, they were.
Called a monkey, right?
Yes, they
so
were.
Eight straight years of complete disrespect from all sides. Didn't call for a single person to get fired. I just want to throw that in there.
That's his opinion. That's his perspective not to call for it. Trump is a raw nerve that's going to go after anybody that goes after him. And then not that Kaepernick went after him.
He's a sensitive bitch. That's what he is.
And guess what? That doesn't offend me because that's your opinion.
Because these same white conservatives will say that Obama is a softy liberal, but he went through 8 years and didn't whine about how the media was unfair. Trump was whining about the media.
The media unfair. The media did everything to promote him. What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
The media loved Barack Obama. They did everything to promote him.
All of the media. So he didn't have a birth certificate issue, right? That whole birth certificate issue was just a figment of my fucking imagination, right, Nate?
God.
Right? That didn't happen, right, Nate? Okay, man.
Say it
Come
didn't
on,
happen,
dude.
TVA.
Come on, man.
TVA, I didn't say it didn't happen.
Okay, so come on. What are you talking about? This
Why
guy
do
went
we
through
why
8
are we so
years of
emotionally
disrespect.
tied
Did not call
to
for
a
a single person
politician?
to get fired.
Why are we so emotionally tied to a
I'm
politician,
not
to a
emotionally
football
tied
player?
to anyone. I'm calling out
Bro,
the
you've
inconsistencies.
talked about Kaepernick for like years now.
Yep, and I'm going to keep
Years.
hammering that point home because it's a point that no one can answer.
Bro,
That's why I keep
answered
bringing
it.
it up. You haven't. You have not answered the inconsistency.
Bruh, like I said, if Joe Biden said Tim Tebow should lose his job for being anti-LMNOP,
If I'm talking about something that happened, you're bringing up random situations that didn't happen. You're bringing up hypotheticals.
I am giving
My
you a
situation
hypothetical
happened.
that shows my consistency.
Okay, well, no, that's not how it works. Okay,
Yes, it does.
And I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about these white conservatives. I'm talking about within this manosphere shit with a lot of these white right wingers, our so-called red pill brothers that call themselves conservatives, right wingers. Okay, when it comes to the issue of freedom of speech, they are not consistent. These guys will, on one hand, whine like Joe Rogan, talking about how white guys are censored and white conservatives are being censored, but then these same guys are okay with censoring black athletes. How does that work, sir?
Oh, again, I disagree.
These same guys support a president that tried to sue a comedian over a joke. How does that work, sir?
I told you the niggas got a raw nerve. Trump is all raw nerve. That's how he's always been. This is no surprise.
But let's stop trying to make that a masculine trait, though. See, people are playing games.
I never said
if it were any other guy,
having
we
a
would
raw
call him a
nerve.
thin-skinned, emotional bitch. But because it's
you have
Donald
every right
Trump,
to do that.
he's got a raw nerve, and come on, man, he's a
No,
thin-skinned
I
bitch.
just said you have every right to call him whatever you think he is. I'm not going to fight you over that. I like the guy, despite his flaws in his character and his emotionalism. I like the guy because the guy genuinely loved America. He did a lot of things to improve this country.
I think SKC wants the link to the.
I just emailed it to him. Emailed it to him. I just sent it to you, SKC.
So you would argue. I just want to clarify. You would argue that white males in this country aren't necessarily oppressed, but what are you saying? Are you saying that they are distressed demographic? Are you saying that they are marginalized? Like, what are you saying?
Perfect word, sir.
Marginalized.
There is a large contingent of white men that are being marginalized for simply being white men. I'm not crying on their behalf.
By who?
Well, let me finish. I'm not coming to their rescue. I think I'm simply stating a fact. That's all. They don't need to.
That's an opinion. It's not a fact that you've proven yet. So we're gonna need.
Oh, bro, come on, man. There are things have gotten so bad. White men will walk up to white men and start screaming, "You're a white man. You're a racist. Get out of here." This is what Antifa does. This is all they do is attack white men.
You said there's a large contingency of white males being marginalized for being white men. And your example, there's some random occurrences of other white guys running up to random white guys talking about you're a racist.
I didn't
rarely
say
happens, dude. You're talking about some footage you see at some fucking protest or something.
Absolutely.
Okay, this is not something that the average everyday white male has to deal with. And you said large contingency. So
I got more for you. I got
this
more for
large contingency of white males deals with, sir.
I got more for you, bro.
Okay.
I got more for you, TVA. Sensitivity training on the job. A lot of this sensitivity training is aimed at men in general and white men in specific, shutting their mouths, doing what they're told, and putting up with any type of abuse that women or LMNO peers or other protected classes want to impose on them.
White men deal with abuse
and
on the
including
job?
white men get the worst of it.
Really?
Yes, they do, dog.
Really?
I've seen it on my job. I've seen it I've seen white women get away with things that and other women get away with things no one else would get away with.
Who lets them get away with it?
HR, which is run by a woman.
Who runs the company? Like, and I don't mean specifics, but who's at the when we talk about CEOs, chairman of the board, board of directors? Oh, white men. Oh, okay. Okay. So at the end of the day, all of these complaints within your company, your white men actually control the company, though. So How
that doesn't
how does that
negate
how does
the
that
point.
how does that work?
It doesn't negate the point that they're being attacked. Just like I told you on college campuses, a white man will walk up
White
and
men are
SJW
running the company, sir.
I just told you, an SJW white man will run up on a white man and call him a racist and a pig
So
and tell
this
him to
is
get out of
white
here.
men. This is white men doing this to white men. So how is that?
So it only matters when the assailant is of a different color. Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying. But how
That
is
is what
white
you're
men
saying.
hurting white men proof of white men being marginalized?
You can be marginalized by anybody. Doesn't matter the person's color. The point is they're being marginalized. I'll let, if that's SKC, I'll let him run it.
I just had a couple of questions concerning the whole thing with the what was that, the Trump thing, T.V.A. You were saying about the Twitter thing with Kaepernick and all of that. And when Nate was going back and forth with you on that, I did see something or hear something that I want to ask you about. when you said, "Hey man, you don't recognize the fine line between a government official speaking out against Kaepernick," you said you remember saying something like that?
Yeah, that's a fine line. Yeah, I remember saying that. Yeah.
Okay.
Allowing something like saying that something like that is okay as a so-called small government constitutional conservative. Yeah.
Okay. So my question would be, when it comes to Trump speaking on cap, why do you give attention to his governmental position then, but when it comes to his censorship on Twitter, you don't give consideration to his government position then?
Oh wow.
Because it's based on the wording of how the Constitution. The Constitution, when it comes to freedom of speech, the First Amendment basically says that the government cannot restrict your right of freedom of speech. Okay, that's the basically. I mean, it's not verbatim, but that's basically what's good. They cannot have preferences. They can't say, okay,
and I absolutely,
right. Okay, so here,
I absolutely
on one
agree with
hand, we have a president government official calling for private citizen to be fired. In the other instance, we have government official being kicked off of a private platform. Two totally different situations.
I absolutely agree with you on everything that you just stated. The only thing that I want to know is, does the Constitution give POTUS special consideration?
In regards to how he's treated within or like on a private platform, I don't.
Does the
recollection,
executive in chief have special executive powers?
From my understanding, no. The president does not have special powers in regards to dealings with private institutions. I could be wrong, but no, I don't recall that. No.
Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Okay. Well then, why hasn't he been reinstated?
Well, no. I'm just saying I'm not talking about him. I'm saying the office in itself. If I'm not mistaken, the office in itself has special powers and considerations because of the power of the office itself.
I don't know of any rule that says that they have special consideration in regards to. I don't see how that gives Trump a case in regards to his situation.
Well, I'm
pretty sure that has to do with like national security issues or whatever.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure, right? So I'm pretty sure it's not about. We're kicking you off of Twitter because we don't like what you're saying about so and so. I don't think that.
I'm ceding that argument to you, but the inconsistency that I see is when you give consideration to his office,
only when it applies to what he had to say about Cap.
Because the situations are different. Again,
That same consideration should be given to
you
POTUS.
have government office calling for private citizen to be fired. That's totally different from government agent being on a private platform and being kicked off. Those are two totally different situations. You don't see that? You don't see how one is a possible government abuse of power and the other is a private institution just kicking someone off of their platform. It's not like Trump is shutting down or Twitter shutting down Trump's way of making money. When you call for someone to be fired from their job for having a political opinion and you're the president of the United States, you don't see.
But here's the question. Did he use his powers as the executive in chief to get him fired?
Of course not. Thank you.
I mean, one could make that argument. One could make that argument. Well,
he has an opinion.
It's clearly an influential position to have.
No doubt.
And
No
your
doubt.
opinion, any opinion you express from that position has weight. Oh, I mean, I'm sure we're going to agree with that. If you're the president, you say, I think we should bomb so-and-so country, that's going to have ramifications. You're the fucking president, okay? So your opinion matters, okay? So you being president, no. Did he come out and say, I want him fired? No. But he came damn close to it. If you listen to what he said down in Alabama during that rally,
well,
I mean, really? That's the president saying that. He said those sons of bitches. So it wasn't just Kaepernick. It was a blanket. Any athlete doing this should be fired. That was what he said. And he's the president saying that. And again, I so-called small government conservatives don't see how that's dangerous. Really?
I'm not saying I'm not saying anything about that. What I'm saying
what
is
if Biden comes out and says, you know what? I think people that speak out against the fucking vaccine should be fired. Conservatives would have a fucking fit.
Hold on.
That's what's going on.
He's never said that.
I didn't say
you would have a fit if he did. You would have a fit if he did.
Okay, one moment, TVA. One moment, TVA. Now, you just stated that according to the office and the opinion that is given, that it holds weight, right?
Yes, sir.
Right? Okay. So this individual was second in command at one point and has been in government for a very long time. And his exact statement to a whole race of people is if you do not vote for me, then you are not. You should not be identified by this race. Now, how does that not hold power?
How is that not more offensive than what Trump did? And all I hear you talking about is what Trump did.
I think it's very offensive.
Could you?
And Joe Biden is a what? Joe Biden is a what?
He's a what? He's a white guy.
Okay. Thank you. So I don't understand how. I mean, you okay? So another white guy said some bullshit about black people. Thanks for making my point. Thank you, sir.
Biden said it about all black people.
Oh,
Trump
shit.
said it about Kaepernick, and you're way more worked up about Trump.
That's the issue at play, and that's what I'm like. It doesn't make it. It's not a consistent. It's not. It shows an inconsistency.
I can respect that. I can respect that.
Now, if you were to say, hey, I just as I would say your argument to me would make a lot of sense if you were saying, if T.V.A. you were saying, hey, just as Trump, he stated this stuff about Kaepernick, there should be some repercussions for that, or blah blah blah. But he has free freedom of speech or whatnot due to his office and blah blah blah. I think the same consideration should be given with Twitter because of the office, if not anything else.
I respect that. Okay. All
Well,
right.
we've been
Let me
joined.
stretch first.
Hold
Let me
on.
hang on. Wait. Let me stretch first. I gotta stretch
Hold
first for this
on.
mother.
Hold
Wait
on.
hang on a second. What's going on,
Hold
Theo?
on, Negroes.
And he
Hold
said
on.
I'm going in too, so he ready. Hang
Shout
on.
out
Let
to
me
my
stretch, man.
half-white brother Theo.
Okay,
We've been
before
joined by
Theo,
brother Theo Rolf. What's good, brother Theo?
Theo,
Hey,
before
hey
you
guys,
go
good.
in, could I just say one thing and I'm out, man.
Sure.
My last thing, TVA. One of the major issue that I have with the cap argument, even though I think that some people how they present it, it's very strong. But one of the main issues that I have with the cap argument is what gave him the right to be able to take on that voice, considering who he was raised by, and also considering that the experiences of what he was talking about it has never been a part of his life at all.
But the white parents he was raised by fully supported him, sir.
I understand that.
Okay, so
now you're talking about
what the fuck?
So now you're talking about white people who were actually backing his voice.
Sure. When did I say that never happened? I'm talking about the ones that aren't being consistent. I never said there weren't whites that are consistent. I never said that. When did I ever say all white people are like that? I never said that.
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying the argument in general. I think a lot of people don't get that when they are making all this stuff about Kaepernick is like, his parents raised him, put him in a situation to where he never dealt with any of the stuff that he's protesting about, and they supported him the whole way through. So how is this a black-white thing?
I don't.
Well, Kaepernick likes to wear, Black Panther leather coats and stuff. So,
But Theo, you got it.
I'll have to make a video on that one, SKC, and we'll do a separate debate on that one, hopefully in the future. But go ahead, Theo. What were you wanting to say, Theo?
Okay, so I want to talk about this point about white men being persecuted. You're talking about the companies. Now, when Nate is talking about white men, he's particularly talking about white conservative men, actually conservatives of any flavor. So if you are like somebody from India and you say there are only two sexes, man and man and woman, there is a high possibility you could be fired. And I'm in quite a number of corporate environments, and if you say that, you're gone. And so if you say, well, this is white men, no, it's actually white liberal men, and they're supported by a cohort of extremely liberal white women inside of HR, and underneath them are going to be the liberal ABWs. I see this all the time. So there's a way you have to talk, and if you violate that talking point, you're gone. So if I sit back and I say, look, I'm black, and I don't care, there's man and woman, and anything else is you crazy white people talking about it. If I say something like that, which I think is full freedom of speech, I should be able to say that in the company, I'd be toasted in 20 minutes. I don't think I'd even last that long. Gone. So,
but Theo, I don't mean. But the problem, real quick, my problem is people like Joe Rogan implying that this is only white men that deal with this. When you just acknowledge it's all of us.
Yeah, it's not only white men. I absolutely agree with you on that. It's not.
Go ahead, Theo. My bad though.
White men are consistently. I've got a lot of white male friends who are on the liberal spectrum. They are consistently underperforming and suffering, and not doing well at all. I would not say they are prospering. I mean, you got a few who are, but for the large part, the millennials, no, they're screwed over, and they don't know how to get out of it. So, of course, we're seeing this in the community, from African American community with us, but we're also seeing it with the white guys. So don't say, like, what Nate is saying is actually correct. Yes, and then also you have the divorce system which is increasingly designed to make white males suffer because they're the ones who have most of the money.
Exactly.
And
they
therefore,
have more resources than us. Yes.
they have more resources to be taken away from them in divorce. So they're the ones most likely to commit suicide. They're going to die, right? Like, not always, but that 5 times number during divorce of suicide rate increasing, those are with white guys. Black guys are like, screw it. I can
Yeah, black guys are not committing suicide over divorce and
No.
child support.
No, white guys
It's
are
almost strictly
Even
white
though
people.
we top the charts in most of the negative shit, by the way. So that's crazy to me how these white guys, they don't top the chart. Like, they make more money than us as far as diseases are concerned, life expectancy, things like that. But we're not killing ourselves as much. But these guys deserve sympathy, even though we're topping the
Well,
charts in
I
most
didn't
of the
say
negative
anything
shit.
about
I
sympathizing with
mean,
them. I'm just stating the facts. That's all.
Remember, what happens to them is going to roll down to us.
Absolutely.
And so we have to stop it there. And then they can't, there's a lot of things they just can't do. They can't say. They can't say their real opinion because either someone's going to say that they're sexist or they're racist. So what they can say is actually rather limited. It's, they're kind of like becoming, fruit. And, I like the white guys from before, back in the 80s. They would say what they were thinking, and, it was fun. Everybody got along. It was all right, We understood
And if you didn't want to
Now,
deal with them, you don't have to deal with them.
you don't have to deal with them, right? You just walk away. Now it's all, oh no, my feelings have been hurt. Okay, I lose my job. Somebody loses their job. It's something like, what? The guy is a provider. Why did you do that? Like, this guy is good. He has skills. A lot of the white guys, they don't even begin to have the pickups or the advantages. Like, they have to work 100% to get into a company. They don't have any backing. They have got the student loans. They have to work extra to pay those off. Nobody's coming to help them out. They have to get an apartment. No family members giving them any money or anything. They have to go win it themselves, and it's almost bootstrap. So they don't have. They're losing position right now in society. They're getting laid less, by far less than they were before back in the 80s. They're not prospering as much. It's a slow process. So this is why I'm coming into this, because you're saying, well, okay, white men control the companies, so that they're enforcing these policies. No, it's actually white liberal men, not conservative men. Like, conservative men aren't doing this. Nah,
And
they're the
just
ones
like
who are scared.
Just like it was white Democrat men that made Birth of a Nation. Democrat in the White House, Democrats made it. That was spoken. That movie was created from
Nate,
the perspective of white Democrats.
that was before the political switch,
Bro, I don't
Stop
believe in
being
the political
disingenuous.
switch.
Democrats
believe in
during the
that.
time of Birth of a Nation were not the same Democrats of today, bro.
Dinesh D'Souza completely destroyed the argument of the switch.
Nate,
You can go to YouTube and watch his
Dinesh
video.
D'Souza is a fucking idiot. Okay,
Of course,
he's been
a
exposed many times.
multimillionaire, brilliant commentator.
Okay, so because he's rich, he's smart.
Conservative.
Come on, guy. Come on, dude.
Conservative, but he's an idiot.
Real quick, Xavier, hey man, brother, if you don't mind, man, reach out to SKC. I'll do it myself as well, man. I didn't mean to cut the brother off. I would really like to set up something in the future to get deeper into the whole Kaepernick issue, free speech issue, things like that. If he has the time.
Absolutely. Maybe we can do it next week. Thursday night is open. Yeah, I talk to Brother Supreme all the time. So, I mean,
Brother Xavier, I have a question, sir.
Yes.
Now I don't agree with MOT. I don't agree with these guys that bitch and moan about your debate results. But how the hell are you getting 2 complete draws I don't know if it's in a row. How the hell does that happen?
I don't know, man. That's what the polls say. That's what the polls say.
Man, that's crazy.
Hey, well, they can't blame me now. They got to blame Google. Blame YouTube. Can't blame me. The results are the results.
185 something people voted on me and Trey's debate, and it was a 50-50, dog. That's insane.
The results are the results.
It was a good one. I mean,
it is what it is.
That's insane, bro.
But according to everybody, it's rigged. It's this, it's that. You can never please Negroes no matter what you do. So I've stopped trying a long time ago. Yeah, a long time ago.
You have to.
Wow. Interesting, man. Again, like I said, I'm not sympathizing. I'm not caping for white guys. They got plenty of money, plenty of power. They should be fighting back. Yeah, I would, and the white manosphere is an example of them doing that. I salute the white. Yeah, and I know it's not. There's a bunch of people over there in the white manosphere, but they dominate the content. A bunch of white guys, no problem. And I applaud them. And we're brothers in the struggle. I know you probably don't want to hear that, TVA, but we are. So that's why I don't want to dismiss an entire group of men that can be our allies. We work together where we need to work together.
Brothers in what struggle though? Because I hear a lot of those white boys you call your brothers telling you that your struggle is not relevant.
Against
feminism, bro.
Okay, well, you know what? Feminists, it's not the feminists sending money to cops like Darren Wilson. I'm gonna throw that out there.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm just saying. Yeah. It's not the feminists I see backing up these cops shooting brothers in the back and shit. Backing up Derek Chauvin. I didn't see feminists backing him
That's
up.
a very small amount compared to the amount of men who are divorced EPARD constantly on a daily basis in this country, and they're losing 50% and they're getting destroyed in child support payments.
And even worse, their babies are being turned against them, dog.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to deal with that shit.
Possibly being shot by the police, which is very rare, or like over 50% of the marriages are now failing, and then 80% of those are being filed by women. Having that situation, like the person sleeping next to you is going to do more damage than a police officer.
I think there's a 0.003 chance of a black man getting killed by police.
Okay, stop. We can't even do that, bro. We can't even.
No, okay.
That's not even.
Okay,
but I will see the point. I will see the point that yes, at the end of the day, being destroyed by that is a bigger threat. I can admit that. That's I can salute that. That's a good point. I mean, but at the same time, racial bias is also an issue in regards to the criminal justice system. That we can disagree in regards to the degree, you know, but I mean, it is a problem. I'm going to continue to hammer that home. Again, I'm not blaming that for the black dysfunction. I'm not saying racism is our ultimate problem. I'm not saying we should excuse the nigga shit.
No, you just have to focus on the black single mothers. You focus right there and solve that one problem, and the racial disparity that you're seeing within the justice system will disappear.
I mean, I can respect that perspective, but at the same time, Brother Thea, you have shit like if you go to the Gravel Institute's YouTube page, they actually just uploaded a very good video talking about gangs in LA police departments. You have literal gangs in LA police departments. This is just Los Angeles. This is not just Los Angeles. This is a problem everywhere. So. Yes, okay, yeah, single mothers, that's the ultimate problem in our community, yes. But does that mean we should turn a blind eye to situations like this, where you have blatant instances of people abusing their power in positions of power?
What happens is that you look a lot at, this is because of liberal media, you're looking at the police, you're looking at other places, you're not really focusing on the ABW single mother. And if you focus on that one and the welfare state, you solve the fundamental source of a lot of these problems from the beginning. Then you can, do that and then also do the police as well. But the numbers with this ABW single mother are by far greater and a bigger problem.
Oh, yeah. I can respect that. I can agree with that.
And also we have to take into account, back in the 70s, there was Serpico. He was an agent that broke the story on an entire New York City police department that was on the take with drugs in the 70s in black neighborhoods, black and Latino neighborhoods. This is nothing new. Why are we raising children primarily by the ABW that continue to insist on entangling themselves with the police because of their illegal behavior? These are just facts.
That's very true. A lot of black men are caught up in the justice system because of these single mothers, these hood rats and shit like that. I can agree with that. That's true.
And so they're not going to respect authority. In fact, they're going to challenge it or do something else to and whatever they're doing, they're not going to act in a way which is going to make the police trust them. So the police are going to go after them. And so that's fundamentally the problem. If they have a father at home, then the father will be teaching them how to act. And if they're sure there's going to be some racism, they're not going to get rid of that. We know that. We're not arguing with that. And there will be some small problems, but the main problem will start to be alleviated. You didn't have nearly the problem like if you look at Chicago. I mean, look at the '60s versus now. I mean, you don't. I mean, it's an absolute problem with in the South Side, and this is again caused by liberal policies with the Democrats. Years of destroying black family, which is liberal policies, having welfare, which I now totally agree with. This is a big problem. And then instead of solving that problem, they're shifting it towards white people who aren't even in that area because they're scared to go there. They don't even interact with people from the South Side. They don't even know what to do with it. They're scared of it. So why would you say it's white people? A lot of people don't even know. They don't even have a black friend. I mean, come on, it's not white people. They're not doing anything in there.
And also, things are so lopsided and insane that 300-pound, I think Brittany Cooper, can go on the OWN network T.V.A. and say the reason she's over 300 pounds is because of Donald Trump and white racism. And bruh, there were dozens of black women in that audience just shaking their head up and down. You right, girl. If I eat this white lady food, I ain't gonna lose the weight these white ladies do. Nigga, this is insanity. And it passes for insightful political commentary from this Dr. Brittany Cooper. She's a PhD saying this lunacy out of her mouth.
There's definitely at the end of the day, I think we can all agree that there's bullshit on both sides. You know, whether you're talking about holding black people accountable, or you're talking about the pro-black side. You know, there's bullshit on both sides. I mean, I like to point out the inconsistencies on both sides. I think we can, at the end of the day, I think we can focus on the black dysfunction, and I think we can focus on the institutional problems in regards to racism that do exist.
Which is more important.
I don't blame these institutional issues with racism. I don't blame that for black dysfunction ultimately. But as a conservative, as someone that believes in stamping out government tyranny, small government, personal freedoms, I'm adamant about the Second Amendment, freedom of speech. When I see situations like Eric Garner, when I see situations like George Floyd, American citizens being killed by a government agent, this is a problem for me. And then when I hear about reports, when I read reports talking about white supremacists infiltrating law enforcement agencies around the country, is it thousands of them? No, but it's a big enough problem to where the federal government felt the need to come out with reports speaking on it. So, I mean, I'm not going to ignore it. And I don't give a fuck about being called a hotep because I don't want to ignore this problem. And that's ultimately why people hate me, because I don't want to just completely ignore that problem.
But I gotta, real quick, Theo, if I can just give him this. In 2019, according to FBI statistics, 235 black men were killed by police. During that same time, 370 white men were killed by police. During that same time, 7,840 something black people were murdered in 2019. 96% of those black people were killed by black people. And then the cherry on top is black women killed over 350,000 black children through abortion. Bruh. We're comparing 235 to those astronomical numbers.
No, that's not what we're doing. Okay, it's called putting things into context. Okay, again, for one, we're talking about government tyranny, government abuse of power versus private citizens committing crimes against each other. Okay, they're both problems.
But the abuse of power,
Go ahead.
Abuse of power is really being done by the woman against the man in the United States right now. that the government really isn't doing that. What's basically happening is that the woman is using the government against the man and then controlling him. No, it's a very bad situation. So, if we really want to get rid of tyranny, get rid of the ability for the woman to, for example, walk down the street and say, he did something against me, and and bullets start flying out, and maybe he goes to jail. He didn't even know what was going on, right? I mean, everyone is believing her. The people are not believing men. That's the problem. So, again, women are using the government as a tool against men.
And it was so remarkable when the vice president, well, she's not really vice president, but when Vice President Kamala Harris was competing against Biden, she said in the debate, when asked about Biden's accuser of sexual assault, she said, "We need to believe all women. Believe all women." Then after she dropped out and decided to join forces with Biden, she was asked, well, I mean, what's your opinion on the sexual assault? She literally said, quote, "It was politics." How's that for you?
Well, here's the thing, and I'm gonna drop off because I gotta get some rest. Really appreciate you guys jumping up. Appreciate Brother Xavier, man. Appreciate everybody joining in.
Yes, sir.
Watching. Please hit the like, support the stream, and all that. At the end of the day, I think we could acknowledge the gender bias in the family courts and the racial bias in the criminal courts. That's basically my stand. And my issue is how a large part of the manosphere seems to want to talk about the issue in the family courts, but we don't want to acknowledge the racial bias in the criminal courts. When we start talking about that, all of a sudden you're an SJW. All of a sudden you're a liberal. All of a sudden you're whining. All of a sudden you're a race baiter. When you have just as many reports, just as many studies, just as many credible scholars speaking on, well, not necessarily scholars, but credible people speaking on this problem. You've got ex-police officers speaking on this problem. You've got ex-judges speaking on this problem. You've got ex-prosecutors speaking on this problem. You've got FBI reports coming out under Republican administrations, Bush and Trump. I spoke on this during my debate with Fantastic. Reports under Republican administrations talking about, hey, there is a problem with infiltration within law enforcement agencies and the military in regards to white supremacist extremist groups. So I'm not going to ignore that. And that's my problem. Why don't we talk about all of the bias in these courts? We can talk about the gender bias in the family court. Salute to Theo. Great arguments. Can't argue against shit he said. Everything he said was golden gem. He said nothing false. But my issue is, why can't we acknowledge the racial bias in the criminal courts? Why is that labeled SJW? Why, Nate? That's my problem.
I can address it real quick. Oh, go ahead, Theo.
No, because a lot of that bias you're talking to is derived from ABW single mothers. So if you just remove that and then you compare the data sets outside of those people affected by that, the data sets are exactly the same.
Yes, if you remove the variable of single motherhood from the crime stats for black people, black crime and white crime is almost identical. That tells you everything we need to know. And I can agree with you, T.V.A. My position is that there are remnants of racism left in our judicial system, in our law enforcement system, in banking. There's remnants, I agree. But it's not this widespread problem that needs to bring Black America to a standstill.
And you guys are basically saying that this single mother problem makes us susceptible to this remnant.
Absolutely.
Okay, got it.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
understand.
Our little boys and little girls are raised to disrespect a man's authority. Their mothers give them all sorts of examples of absolutely having no respect for male authority. And these little boys grow up to become teenagers, and in their early 20s, they have no respect for a police man's authority. And that's the problem.
Plus, I want to know this.
No, sell it to the people. Sell it to the people and sell it to the world. You tell us single motherhood is good. How have we benefited from single motherhood? Some of you niggas just survived it. You just survived it. I gotta tell you, a lot of y'all niggas, it don't cost shit to love your kids. They focusing on trying to get their body together so they can go land a new nigga when their kids need love. Where are your kids?
Yeah, I'm with the minister on that one.
Shout out to Minister Jap, dog.
I'm with the minister on that one. And I didn't know that. Have they jammed Brother Jap up?
Yes, dog. He put out probably about 18 hours ago. He put up a post because I've noticed 3 times in the last week and a half, he had a broadcast set, like the advertisement was out. People go into the channel. I would go to the channel because I try to catch all Jap's live shit. It's hilarious. And he couldn't come on.
Wow.
He could not come on. And then last night he put out, man, they're trying to destroy the church behind the scenes.
I had to see that coming.
We got black bitches. Oh yeah. He wilds out on them. But I don't know if you saw my channel earlier. We need to fight fire with fire.
Oh yeah, I gotta hit Jap up. I got his phone.
What'd you say, Xavier? You broke up.
I said I gotta hit Jap up. I have his phone number. I'll call him. I'm gonna call him.
Oh yeah,
tomorrow.
man. Reach out to him, man. And if ask him if he watched my stream, because I made him an offer. I said, Jap, you can broadcast from my platform just like Bernard Riley did for me when Cynthia shut my shit down for playing some of her content for a week. He can broadcast from mine. I don't know if I can't speak for other brothers, but I would imagine with
Oh yeah, I'll bring Jap.
Maybe just a couple of things.
Oh no, I'll let Jap come through. Like I said, I mean, I'll hit him up tomorrow because I got his phone number. So
do that, man. Call him and ask him to watch my shit so he can get the official offer. I added him in the title of my stream this evening, so maybe he saw it, maybe he didn't. But
salute the Jap, man. Salute the Jap. I just wish we had a little more unity in the manosphere to, make the brothers a lot less susceptible to this shit, because we all saw this coming. That shit was
how can we fix that? Give me your opinion.
Well, we need to have more. We need to have shit in place to combat that shit. We see it coming. So I mean, backup channels need to be promoted more, for one. Brothers need to be smart enough to make backup channels. I mean, number one. Two, when it happens, it needs to spread like fire, and we need to get on top of contacting YouTube. Email them as much as possible. Especially the bigger channels could have a big say on that. They listen more to the bigger channels. I mean, but at the end of the day, there's just as much so-called anti-black male content. I mean, you got these black women on here talking about aborting black male babies and all kinds of shit. So I mean, it's crazy how Crystal Swirl still has it. Huh?
Did you see Sigma? Sigma put out a video. I think it was today. SKC told me about it. I'll drop the link. I think I'll drop the link in the chat for you. Sigma has a video of a clubhouse get-together of black women, and they're talking about how to destroy black men.
I believe it. I believe it.
They're up there talking about, Biden's bringing a bunch of Afghan men here. I'm like,
oh
Afghan
yeah,
men,
they
bro.
Really okay? Yeah, go ahead with all that attitude with those guys. Them Pashtuns put foot to ass for real. They don't play that shit. Go ahead.
None of that shit. These delusional bitches are literally up there talking about Afghan men. Are you fucking kidding me? As hateful and abusive as so many ABWs are, boy, you all will get knocked into the next century by them Afghan men. I hope you get some. I really do.
ABWs are so bad. The Afghan men will probably meet them and say, "Heck with it. I'll join the Taliban. Go right back home."
Absolutely. I mean, you're not those Middle Eastern guys, Eastern culture guys, man. They don't play that, man. If they were saying that, man, they need to do some research. They really need to do some research.
Latino men don't play that shit either. Latino men will knock the taste out of your mouth.
Black men we're the only ones that put up with that bullshit, man.
The only ones. Thank you.
At the end of the day, they know that. But anyway, man, salute the X, man. Salute to the panel. I'm gonna go ahead and drop off, man. Thank everybody for coming on.
Peace.
T.V.A.
Checking in, and I'm gonna see you guys later on, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Hey,
No
like I
smoke.
said, Brother X, I'm gonna reach out to you about the SKC thing. I'm gonna reach out to him as well. I know everybody's busy.
Well,
Me too, man. So, but let's try to link up on that one, man. That'd be
we'll
cool.
try to set something up for next week, my brother.
Yes, sir. Sounds good. All right.
All right, peace. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up as well.
Brother Xavier, when's the J Speed Trey? When is that?
That's next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday. Okay, cool deal.
Next Wednesday.
Cool deal.
That
I'm
ought to
looking
be
forward to
good.
that, dog. I'm so looking
That
forward
ought
to
to be good.
that. It's gonna be off the chain, Jack.
Oh, shit. Somebody echoing. I can hear myself.
Yeah. I think it might be Theo. I
I
got
can
nothing
hear
playing.
myself.
Yeah,
I
it was
sound
Theo.
great, but I can hear myself.
Theo.
Yeah. Any parting shots before we get up out of here, man? Because we creeping up on the 4-hour mark. Any parting shots, brother?
Yeah, I want to say to Big J, you did come after me, but I apologize. For the stuttering comment, I apologize. I shouldn't have reacted so quickly. I should have rode it out a little bit longer. My apologies, Big J. Salute. That's it.
Oh shit. Okay.
There
Well,
is,
hopefully
man.
Big J's out there listening because Big J did score a draw here tonight. So, that's not a win or a loss, but most importantly, it's not a loss. So, there it is.
Good podcast. You did a good job. Enjoyed it. Yeah, and I have to go to sleep because I have to wake up at 4:30.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Wow.
Yeah, but you have to get on and get this stuff done. Manosphere. You have to do it. Then I gotta wake up and then get a lot of deliverables done tomorrow morning. It's gonna be huge. I'm gonna die tomorrow. So well.
Shout out to Theo Wolf, man. I got your email, and I'll be
appreciate
emailing you back.
I appreciate you coming through,
okay.
Brother Theo, as always. Peace.
See you guys.
All right,
Peace.
salute, Brother Xavier. I'm gonna hop down, man. Salute.
Peace, my brother.
And shout out T.V.A, man. Smart fella, but we just gotta work on a couple of things.
Well, he's always around, so you'll have plenty of opportunities. So
smart
my
cat,
brother,
man. Smart cat. Salute T.V.A, man.
my brother. Peace. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up, folks. Like I said, we're creeping up on the 4-hour mark. So, but before we go, y'all know I always like to hit y'all in the head with T.P.O.T's programming notes, because next week, folks, we will be having a square off. The OG will be here, and he will be squaring off with Trey in the Digital Squared Circle, and they will be debating boomer ideology versus Gen Xer ideology. Of course, OG being the boomer and Brother Trey being the Gen Xer. So make sure you head here next week, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on the T.P.O.T YouTube page. You Negroes know. Good stuff tonight, man. It got a little crazy. Y'all know how Big J Triple X is. He'll get the yelling and screaming up in here out of nowhere. But shout out to Brother Big J Triple X, man. He's been coming around quite often, and I don't have a problem with him. It gets a little heated at times when he's here, but that's what rapid fire is for. So brothers can kind of let it out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I didn't know that thing about Jap, man. I gotta hit Jap up, find out what the hell happened. See what we can do. Maybe we can do something for Brother Jap. Either this week or next week. I don't know how long he's down for, but I will be hitting him up, trying to find out what the hell is going on. But once again, man, I want to thank everybody for coming out, man. You good folks that hang out in there. And, of course, you good folks who hang out in here. As always, man, I don't take y'all good folks lightly, man. I never have, and I never will. Shout out to Brother Big J, Brother Supreme, Brother Theo Wolf, and my man Big Nate, and also Brother T.V.A. VA, for coming through, man, and giving us another night of challenge. All right. All right. So, with that, I will leave you good folk with 3 words, like I always do. Open your minds.
Hours of power. Hours of power. Hours of power.
And so a community is where you control your police, you control your commerce, you control your education, you control your house. We don't control none of that. We live in a hood. Huh? Well, what about the Negroes that get out? Oh, well, see, my cousin, they say he's a multi-millionaire, almost at $1 billion. 3 PhDs, working on 2 more. Driving down the street in Chicago in his Rolls Royce, enjoying himself, and he hears these sirens and looks to the mirror and sees this cop car flashing lights. He squeezed the steering wheel, man. Heart beats fast. Because he knows the price of a Negro, what it could be. And then when that cop car passed him by, he said, thank God he wasn't after you in the first place, punk. That Negro thing you can't get away from. It's universal. They wasn't coming after you. With all your millions, with your Rolls Royce, with your PhD, didn't help. That's the hood. Huh? Why do you think you never pick up a paper or read over and over and see white families come? You think it's thousands of black cops in America. Why don't you see white families crying as black cops shot my loved one 40 times in the back of the head? Why do you think black cops are better? You think they're more spiritual? Think they're better dressed? No! They got enough sense to know that white folks ain't gonna tolerate it. And I will stop in our neighborhood when we decide we will not tolerate it. Now, if we was organized, which is hard to organize people who are just gonna run crazy and you don't know you're crazy. But if we were, with the money we have, and the many people who would come to our aid that don't know what it's like to be a Negro, and we said, if we said, look, we saying, if we don't get a federal law to deal with police brutality, that anytime a cop or anybody carry a gun, have to have a license just like you used to drive a car. And if you use it wrongly, you lose your license. And if it's upheld, you can never work again as a cop or a store guard or a private detective. How do you get Congress to protect us? Well, you take your economic power and you call on your friends, black, white, young and old, and say, this coming Christmas, if we don't have a federal law to outlaw police brutality by law, then we calling for a nationwide boycott of Christmas and start on Thanksgiving. Well, let me tell you something. 79% of all retail in America happens between Thanksgiving and Christmas. People stay in business all year, lose money just for Christmas, huh? Well, what happens now? Flagstick Avenue, Toys R Us, Sears and Roebuck, Westinghouse. They will get the deal, and all they got to do is make one phone call and say, Harry, that's the senator, I want that bill pushed through in 3 days. Okay, it's an economic thing. It's that simple. But we have the power, but the system has wiped us out so bad.
Hours of power. Hours of power. Hours of power.
Santana, Lincoln 6. Go ahead. Clear suspect down 10-4. That's 10-4. The officer's code 4. We have one suspect that's been shot.
Open your mind.
Only from T.P.O.T. Media. Open your mind.